Hi everybody and welcome back to StorytellerSpira's channel. It is Friday night, TGIF everybody, and we are about to play some Dungeons and Dragons. So without further ado, because I have nothing else to say, I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful DM, Zibani.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah!
Whoa!
It's interesting being on this side of that question. I'm confused. I don't know what to do with myself.
Good. We went out for a hike today, and then instead we went to the zoo, and then another place, and then Coldstone, and then another place, and spent way too much money, and now we're broke!
That's always a good day.
That's always fun.
We went to the pool.
Whoa, I'm watching. Okay, just going through all those songs.
I had a song I wanted. I forgot to add it earlier.
All right, so I guess we'll get started.
That was the wrong one.
What?
That was the wrong one.
I'm still watching a Red stream.
Refresh.
Refresh.
Hey, we have people I don't know. Hey, hi, people I don't know.
Hello, people we
Hi.
don't know.
Oh, you're not talking to me.
I don't know. It's just viewer list. I'm looking at it.
You're not a person, man. You're the DM.
Wait,
Dude, rule number one on Twitch, never call out the lurkers.
Yeah, right.
No. Who's CS Graham? New phone.
Oh, that asshole.
Scram.
I've
Alright.
seen him around. I wouldn't just stay away.
I don't like him. He tends to like Photoshop us in really awkward. Nah, just
I feel like
I was
gifts
really
have
hoping
been
we'd
lacking.
go, like, left field with insults, like he smells bad, you know?
You know what?
that's just rude.
He's the kind of person when you see him, you're like, you know what? That guy really belongs in a boat. You know?
He has
He's just got that face.
Adrift at sea where no one can contact him.
I feel like there's just not enough shopping of the photos.
You know, it's one of those guys you're like, you look like you own two goats. They're nice goats, but you still own two goats. Like, he just looks that way.
So Coz and I, real quick though, Coz and I had a friend in college that came up with, I forget how he phrased it, but it's basically, confusing compliments. So you say something that's like, I can't really understand what you mean by that, but I don't know if I should be insulted, or it kind of sounds like a compliment.
Like you smell like baby shampoo. You don't really know.
That's a really good one.
Or you've got a really nicely shaped head. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, that was a compliment.
That sounds like it should be a compliment, but I think I might be offended.
And then there's like the passive aggressive insults, like you have an impeccable grasp of the obvious. I like the weird ones. Like you look like the kind of person I could see in a boat. You're like, what the fuck does that?
What does that mean?
What? No, but it's true.
You seem like a boat owner.
You know,
Looks
you
like
don't
a
look like
boat
a sailor. You just
person.
look like you'd be good in a boat.
Is that from something?
No, that's what we just sat there and we would do that. I'd be like, yeah.
What could you say to someone as a compliment, but it sounds like you're not, like, wait, what does that even mean?
Fair enough.
All right.
I'm done now.
Derail.
Look like you'd be the guy who brings like the fruit tray to a party like that.
Yeah. Like, what is that?
What does
I mean,
that
what?
mean?
That's kind of.
Was that, is that good?
Yeah, that was a perfect one. Good job.
Is this guy
Like
insult me?
Welcome
right.
to DN Insults.
You gotta use these, Spira. For tail.
yeah.
Use these for tail.
Vicious mockery.
Oh my god, that's perfect. Because
And
it'd be
that's
confusing, too.
Really fucking
That's
bizarre.
why it does psychic damage, because they're like, huh?
They just stop in their tracks, like, they have to process, like, is she complimenting me, insulting me? I don't...
That's why it's a disadvantage. That's why, yeah, it's perfect.
I am very happy.
All right. So, that being said, and Art's gone.
He went to go get his food. He'll be back in 2 seconds.
Right.
Let's hear
So yeah. So last week, the party started off with Tail and not Tail, Feline and Cove snuck off to find these zombies that were wandering through the forest again. they do a poor roll and some really obvious movement in the
Quietest barbarian ever.
due to some obvious movement in the woods, they alerted the zombies. At which point, Cove shrunk to the size of a cat, and Thaleen threw her a direction, and she disappeared into the forest. Moss
In
then
my
turned.
defense, I was asked to.
That is fair.
Moss
Don't
turned into a
anybody
horse.
take advantage of that. No. No defense.
Moss turned into a horse, and Thaleen escaped from the zombie horde on Moss's back, while Cove snuck around to the ruined tower, where she found a Lotosh, a bird person wearing a mask that was working on some sort of construct-like device. She hung around for a while, watched that they fortified their position, and then managed to sneak out of the area, running back to town while the rest of the party were planning to go out and perform a rescue mission. They met in the middle, planned a little bit further, and then assaulted this area. The zombies went up and down, and eventually they managed to kill this Lotosh, who got sucked back into a mask. All the meanwhile, Cove and TikTok were examining this construct creation that this Lotosh was making, and TikTok discovered that he was trying to make a body for himself because he was still in an ethereal form and was trying to give himself something physical that he could actually walk around the world in. After that, TikTok destroyed some of the key runes in the construct and the scaffolding that it was hanging from, rendering it inert so no one else could accidentally do something bad with it. And that's where we left off. So what y'all do?
I think I had tried to break the mask with my sword and it didn't work.
Yeah, yes, you did. You tried to swing your sword at it, and it glanced off, which is a fairly common thing among magic items. Like, you don't even need to be TikTok to know magic items tend to be a lot more resilient than non-magic items. Even base, torches of dark vision are harder to destroy than regular items.
Moss will pull out a piece of cloth and pick up the mask gingerly and start heading towards TikTok.
Right, that's down south towards the where the ruined tower is.
Well, it seems that the plans didn't survive the battlefield, as I said before.
Yes, but we won.
No, we did. Where are our compatriots?
So I'm definitely still poking around this framework, physical body thing that he made for himself. I think I recall, if I recall correctly, I messed up some of the runes so this wouldn't. I copied down everything and then messed them up so it couldn't be.
You destroyed some of the key binding runes that kind of, they don't do anything by themselves. They just keep all of the other runes from falling apart in a mystical way. And you destroyed some of those binding runes, so all of the magic inside of the runes went inert, and they all kind of cracked a little bit.
I would still be just examining and looking curiously around the construct or the whatever this thing is. It's just still curiously poking around inside the tower with Colleen, I think.
Cove.
It was Cove.
Anyone who wants can give me an intelligence investigation check as you look through the tower, which is only one floor. Like everything else, there's stones laying across the field, and this used to be taller, but it has since fallen deeply into disuse. So yeah, that is an intelligence investigation check.
One of these days, I'll like actually save my character sheet outside of messages.
Like to this day, Abraham, yes, but also Angel. I still download that from Messages to Spira. Like if we started New York tomorrow, I would download it from Messages to Spira.
And that's how you fill up computer storage space.
Yeah, it's only like 16 kilobytes.
Actually,
But, like-
Abraham is in a ping. It's not even in a PDF.
Oof.
I think this is the right one. Here's the hoping. Intelligence investigation.
Yes.
If I have a point in it, I get +2, right? Or the dot. Yeah.
Oh shit! Right, I'm hurt real bad. Yeah, I'm at 4. What we want, she says, covered in fucking injuries. It was all psychic damage, I think, actually, because ghost.
Yes.
Nay.
15. What do I
So
want?
it's like, yeah, you've got like blood coming from several holes in your face at this point.
Like
because most of the
my face
and your chest, because your chest has kind of little bit like blackened veins across the chest because that's how. All right. So TikTok, you're having a little bit of trouble finding anything. You're still like in the back of your head, you're still thinking about like the ramifications and some of the cool things you've learned from this scaffolding already. So you're a little bit distracted as you look for stuff. However, Cove looks around, and she manages to find where is it? She managed to find various gems and metals and like some foodstuffs that TikTok will be able to identify as various artificing reagents. They are chemicals and materials that hold different artificing properties that probably worth about 45 gold, including some of it is just straight up like gold pieces and silver pieces, but there are other reagents that are worth a decent amount of money. And the other thing is there is a journal that she finds. It's a fairly like fresh journal, and like the first couple of pages detail, in common, they detail a travel log. You know, a merchant has been doing this, and he made a stop here, and oh, this guy pissed me off. But then after the first couple of pages, it's all in a language that none of you speak.
All right. So Cove is going to. I mean, she's still little, so she's going to start with the journal, and then, after a minute of kind of fucking around with pages that are a little too large, just go big again and start packing away reagents and gold pieces and stuff like that to take out and distribute.
You're distributing the gold, you said?
The gold and the reagents.
I'll kind of like wave off the gold, and he'll look like he would rather have like the actual reagent, the
So
artificer's reagents.
even the gold and the silver, like gold and silver are commonly used in artificing, and like some of these are like gold coins that have been partially shaved. Clearly, like this guy was shaving it, melting it down, and using it for the artificing. But yeah.
So he stops her, and I don't. What does he say? Anything?
He
Ah!
he kind of looks at like the table and like pats the table to like just put all the stuff we find together here to go through it.
Hey, it's TikTok.
And he'll hold up the seed, kind of like reminding you we still have all those magical items in there to like split up between us as well.
Yeah, she'll sort of nod,
Elric will
kind of peek her head out of the tower,
Yeah, Elric's wandering into the tower now.
and she'll yell across, trying to be as mindful as possible of Elric. There's loot in here. and then, put it back down.
Yeah, I'll probably wandering in.
Yeah, probably no wander over.
Yeah, Moss will approach TikTok and, you are quite good with these kind of things. And he'll, hand you the mask, but, with the cloth so you can grab that. He faded into this.
I'll grab the cloth, and if I can identify that, sit down and do that while everyone else pitter-patters about.
Yeah, I would like to try and identify the reagents if possible.
All right, that's an Arcana check, an Intelligence Arcana, and TikTok does not need to make a roll. He just, over a couple of minutes of kind of examining it and looking at the shimmering runes that ripple across the surface, he identifies that it is a mask that requires attunement. It allows you to reanimate and control a number of undead, or a number of corpses. They're not actually undead. It spends it's 30 minutes to prep one to be able to stand, and then you can once per round roll a d4 plus 1 and make it stand back up. Unfortunately, you can tell that it is cursed. It contains the soul of this ancient Lotash person, and it's a DC 17 charisma save every round to not be taken over by him. So it's okay. So Art.
Yeah. Just a curious question in adventuring logic in general. How do adventurers handle proving that they've done a task? Do they say if it's goblins, do they cut the ears off, or do not even do that?
That is kind of a you have to figure something out to prove it. There's no standard method. Some people will be specifically, I will pay you for the number of goblin ears you bring back, and other ones are others they'll just trust you. Other times they'll send people out to go check. It kind of depends on the person who is telling you to do a thing.
All right, that's cool. So I was just making sure before we start mutilating friends, corpses of friends, here's your ears.
And yes, Moss.
So specifics about the item, it's 30 minutes preparing the corpse, or just meditating?
Preparing an individual corpse.
All right, so you have to prepare a corpse, and then is it while the mask is on, or just while attuned?
You wear it while it's attuned. So, like that is one of the requirements of attuning.
All right, I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
What's a DC 17 charisma?
Okay, so basically,
roll charisma, and then
you have to roll. Yeah, you have to. If you have a dot in charisma, you get to add a 2, but you have to roll a d20 plus your charisma modifier, and to get higher than a 17, a lot.
It's scary.
Yeah, the whole point is that it is a powerful thing, but it is very good chance that you will very quickly be taken over by the spirit inside of it.
And in layman's terms, I would TikTok would get that. This is fucking dangerous.
Yeah, yes, it is powerful, but it's because it's attached to the spirit inside of it, and obviously if he takes over, he also gets, what you have, so he learns your knowledge. So not only is he the thing that you fought, he's now the thing that you fought, but also an artificer, or the thing that you fought, but also a barbarian.
TikTok.
We should maybe put that away for now.
Why so? My character can completely cast detection and everything. He doesn't. He just lets you guys do it.
Well, okay, did TikTok explain that this thing is... Okay, then never mind.
So
not.
This is a fun part of TikTok's kind of job, is how do you explain things without words of your own? So he's gonna hold it by the napkin and almost hold it a little further away, like you were right.
Yeah,
he's just gonna...
To let you know, you would know. You can touch it just fine. It's if you spend time connecting your soul to it, then it starts getting hanky.
Yeah, he's being physical.
Yeah, no, I got you. Just one.
Yeah, he just kind of holds it out, and he's like, it's not good, and he's kind of is there any sacks or anything in this little tower, burlap sack or bag or anything?
Moss will hold one out.
Yeah, there will be.
He'll just kind of drop it in there, grab the bag from you, twist it up a bit, and just pat it. Nope, that can stay there.
I'm assuming something to do with the friend we just saw?
It's just a little kid's voice. Mommy, the cat bit me! Just looks at it like, no, don't touch this.
Ollie.
He'll look at Tail for that one.
I'm not there.
What? Where'd Tail go?
She hasn't walked in yet.
Oh.
Cove's in there. She don't fucking know what he's talking
Damn it,
about.
translator!
He'll just look at the table of like the other loot. He's like, can I buy these? And like, these are ours. We can touch these things. This we do not touch. This is not loot to be
sure.
divided up.
What did you find,
We'll
TikTok?
look at the reagents and kind of to between the two of them. And how exactly do you want to divide this up? All in all, there is about 40 plus gold worth here, but I don't exactly know what each specific thing does.
I
So
would
if
rather gather up tonight because it is late, get our stuff together, go back to town, have a good sleep, explain that to the villagers there aren't zombies coming, and deal with it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm for it.
Ow.
I trust that, we can, be civil about this.
Moss will notice something. Do you need healing?
I have
Yes.
actually no idea.
Yes.
All right.
yes, I do.
I'll drop 3 cure wounds into Thaleen.
Cove, who was about to look quite concerned, rolls her eyes.
All right, so go ahead and roll your healing.
You get a total of 37 back? 27. 27.
And
I'm back to full.
I think this is the first time, or one of the first times, that Moss has healed her decidedly not in the middle of combat. While she's relatively calm.
This would be just like a general burst of like green energy with a little bit of Fey energy mixed in it.
Yeah. So Elvish or
You would
Thaleen actually recognize this kind of magic.
It would
You've seen
distinctly
some of
be the
priests and
Summer Court.
shamans of you. Yeah, some of the priests and shamans of your people use similar magics to the way he's using.
Heh. Okay. Yes, I get yes.
Did we
So-
find any scriptures or writings?
Yes, that you found a
That's allowed to the characters.
I was walking around a little bit more outside, just kind of listening, making sure everything had finally settled down, and then I make my way in and just look around at what everyone has recently grabbed.
Is there any cool looking weapons like that? She'll go for the money because she knows she needs it and like weapons, but Thaleen doesn't
yeah,
into their shit.
there are not really any weapons here. It's mostly just arcane reagents and corpses of, like, if you look at the bodies of the zombies that were outside, you might be able to find a dagger or two that are still in the art.
Are there any books still loose out there?
Just the one Cove grabbed.
I saw that.
Cove's got it tucked away. And she would have
Okay.
passed it before.
All right, I'd say let's pack this up and
Did
head
I
back
see
to the
her
inn.
tuck that away? Can I roll for that?
Yeah, that's
Like,
wisdom
she doesn't
perception.
care. She didn't do it particularly in a
So
sneaky fashion.
what's
Oh,
your
okay.
perception? What's okay? What is your what do you add to a wisdom perception roll?
Me?
So what's your wisdom score?
Oh, 12 or 1.
Okay, and then do you have a dot in perception?
I have 12.
No, I
in
don't.
total.
Okay, so your passive perception is an 11. Hey, Hope, what's your you're still in you're still kind of small, like you're not tiny, but you're still kind of small.
Yeah, her
okay.
focus is still.
Then yeah, you don't notice. She like you were paying attention to other things at the time.
I'm gonna make an assumption my character didn't see because he came in late.
Yeah, that is also true.
Well, let's pack up and head back to the inn. Does that sound safe?
Hmm.
Alright.
You all fight good.
Thanks, Thaleen. I didn't fight at all, but I do appreciate the compliment.
You make good slingshot? I don't know. I try.
Thanks, Thaleen.
You make your way back, about 30-minute walk to the back to the town, back to the.
Damn, that was close by.
Yeah, I mean it's been that the whole time.
No, I just mean that was really close by and really dangerous for the town.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna head in the inn and go find the innkeeper quickly.
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to him. Anyone want to follow me on that?
Yeah.
Moss will make his way back to his little corner and continue copying down the book.
I don't want to leave anyone out. You know.
I mean, Thaleen was going to go to the inn anyway because she wants to drink, so.
Well, I meant to the innkeeper to talk
Yeah.
to them.
I'll be heading to the inn, but I'm gonna kind of chat with TikTok and see what he found.
I'll come with Cove and Elric. Sure.
All right, so it's just Elric going to the innkeeper?
No,
I'd be following behind into the.
Cove and Thaleen.
I'm not gonna-
Yeah, but like specifically to the innkeeper.
it was Elric and Cove with.
Okay.
And me.
Okay, so you're.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm asking people who are talking to the innkeeper as opposed to just going to the inn. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. So you walk in. She is standing behind the. Actually, she's sitting in a chair behind the bar.
So Elric's gonna go over. He has his. He's gonna uncusp his sword, and just kind of rest it on the bar, like that. Kind of like I'm tired, like the uncuffing your collar, if you will.
Yeah, like you don't want
Yeah.
it hanging on you, so you just want to sit.
Yeah, just like I'm tired and I'm showing it.
At that, yeah,
Get
no,
him
Cove
zip.
will relax a little bit more and kind of go slack on the either bar stool or chair or whatever.
Yeah. Get him. Yeah. Get him. Sorry, I'm
sorry. What?
No. So, my character's gonna kind of relax a little bit, the collar.
He's gonna let his hair down.
Basically, he's gonna
I'm listening now. I'm listening.
all right.
We're good.
Take his sword off his belt and put it on the bar, just kind of that relaxing kind of way, not like in a threatening manner. Just I am done with this today because I'm tired.
You know, like when you get home and you have to take your tie
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just start to dump everything, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right in front of the barkeep.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, we dealt with your.
We're still in Blind Dude's place.
Huh?
No, we're not.
We're not in Arn, are we?
Yeah, we're in Arn.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm very confused. Sorry.
We did a lot of downtime to just get there.
Yeah. You're in Arn now.
We dealt with your zombie problem.
I'm sorry. What?
We dealt with it. It was just easier to deal with it tonight.
That was hours ago. That
I am very tired.
as well you should be. She just looks baffled. Like she did not expect this to be done this quickly.
Well,
So
oh yeah, sure.
what exactly was the reward again?
We hadn't worked that out.
We can rest here for tonight and
I
let you give a second.
I certainly don't have anything right now, but I'm sure I can talk to Doran and figure something out.
You're welcome to check it out as well. It is a tower that is about northwest, I think.
It's
Right?
just
Was it
up the
northwest?
road. Just up the road.
Yes.
Up the road on a abandoned tower, you'll see a collection of undead there.
I don't. Okay. I will speak to Doran. He's probably asleep right now, so I won't be able to speak to him now. But I will speak to him, and we will figure something out.
It's all right. Can I have an ale?
Absolutely. And she will like get up, and she was a little tired, but she's wide awake now. And rush over.
No. Cove will call after if it some kind of juice or water if you have it.
Yeah. So she'll.
Zavani, I don't know what the equivalence of a fist bump is, but I'm totally gonna do a fist bump toward Cove. Whatever that equivalence is, maybe like the clap
Fist
thing.
bump is fine.
Yeah, just like we did it. Nailed it.
Then she will clap him on the back pretty lightly, and then Thaleen on the back much heavier because yes. Though it's still not nearly as heavy as Thaleen has ever done.
I'm gonna
Thaleen
sidle.
also wants beer. Yeah.
I'm gonna sidle up to the bar and ask for a small glass of rum.
All right. So she will busy herself behind the counter. She'll grab various drinks for various people, and she'll gladly set them in front of you. Are you going to be at the bar? Are you going to be like off on a table on the side? It's mostly just you and a couple of like what appear to be the town drunkards.
I'd be at the bar.
All right.
She'll wait at the bar and then head to a table once the drink is there.
What are the town drunkards doing? Just being drunk?
Yeah, they're just being drunk.
They're like, zombies? I could have taken care of that!
Actually, it's pretty late at this point. Good, like there's like 3 of them in here. One is just kind of like staring into his drink and drinking, not really interacting with the world around them, and the other 2 are like unconscious on the table. Drinks mostly finished.
Fair enough. Basically, I'm gonna have my drink and then. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Cove, once she gets her drink, is going to try and tug Elric aside to a table.
Yeah, he'll do it.
You were able to decipher the primordial in the journal that I gave you before, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I can.
I found a journal in the tower, and I can't understand it. I was wondering if you might be able to.
Yeah. Just put it right here. I'll be able to read it.
Yeah, she'll open it between the 2 of them.
What kind of language is it, Zips?
Give me an intelligence history check.
Can I see
Yeah,
them looking at the book?
I don't imagine they're hiding it.
I'm gonna hop.
No, she's not hiding it.
Yeah, hop over to the bar and give it a look too, just curiously.
I'll peek
12.
over too.
No, this was in the tower.
You recognize it's not one of the more common languages. It's not Dwarvish, Elvish. It's something that you don't recognize, which you recognize languages even if you don't speak them. Like this is like if I put German in front of you, you'd know what it looks like even if you don't know what it is specifically. You don't even know specifically offhand what this is.
Can I make the assumption that it has something to do with that bird person that we were dealing with?
Reasonable assumption.
All right. And what was the bird person called again?
Lotash.
A what?
Lotash.
I got a 13. I'll assume the same.
Personally,
13?
haven't.
Yeah, like between the 2 of you, you do like you kind of get talking, and it's probably Lotashi or something similar.
Yes.
I think I've seen this before. But yeah, no. If it is their
Is
language,
your intelligence +1?
Yeah.
Okay, so because you are a bard, you get to add another +1 because if you don't have a dot in it, you have half a dot.
Oh, that's right. So
Yeah. So it is a 14. Yeah. Between the 2 of you, you managed to like puzzle out. It's probably the Lotashi language or something similar.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying I was like, I think this is their language, but I couldn't tell you a single word of it.
If you give me a couple minutes, I'll be able to read it.
Well,
I
in
think,
that case,
how long does the
Cove
ritual
pulls
take?
out
10
an
minutes.
extra notebook.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes, and will
Yeah.
last an hour after.
A few minutes, yeah. But I agree with Dale. It's probably just from the assumptions we're making here. But it's not something I've recognized. Old language, this is.
TikTok will definitely look very interested. Like, I'm probably closest to the book, maybe a little intrusive in your guys' personal space. Scanning it down, does anything look like, what are they called? Words in other languages that, like medical words. They're the same in every, like, if you're reading a medical textbook in French, there's words that are obviously pointing out. Is there anything artificery in that same manner?
Not really. You don't see any of the necessary sigils to mark down arcane writing.
That's a good call.
You don't see any of those, unless he was hiding something really well. He seemed to be doing most of what he was doing from memory.
So
I'll detect magic. Can I detect magic?
You do. It does not have the noted magical glow.
Does anything else in the room? Just out of curiosity. I figured normal tavern, but I've got it up.
Yeah. There's a couple of candles behind the bar that are flickering magically.
And I'm gonna, like, pull out the
And
bag.
it's evocation magic, which is the generation of magical energies, is the kind of magic that it is.
And I'll probably pull out the mask and start looking over that.
All right. Yeah.
Detect magic up.
Yeah, that one is like a little bit of a blend of transmutation and evocation.
Is it like a bright, like, powerful magic?
Yeah, it's fairly bright. It's not, little dim. It's got some depth to it, some magical depth to it.
And does the mask have the right runes on it, you said?
Yeah,
It's a runic
so
cover?
like all magic items, a regular person will have a hard time seeing it, but like how to hold a magic item to just the right angle so the light will glint off the weaving and flickering runes that like will cross the surface of most magical items.
Okay.
And that's part of your detect magic.
Yeah, I'm probably doing that and just, like, flipping it over and all that, waiting for the book.
All right. So what does you casting comprehend languages look like as a ritual?
Probably him pulling out his book, that he usually draws on, and then just starting to draw some of the symbols, and then getting a little more liberal, kind of like you know how like monks would scribe words, and they have those very elongated letters where they start to like kind of do patterns and pictures on them. That's what he does. He just kind of starts tracing those kind of things. Until he gets used to the language, and then the language just kind of spills out, and he goes, "This."
So yeah, you draw these sprawling swirls and crosses across your book, and you begin to piece together what this book is saying. And from what you can tell, this book contains the ramblings of a madman. It was a little hard to tell when you didn't know what the letter said, but now you can tell. There's like scribblings in the margins and lots of crossing outs of no, that doesn't make sense. And it very much looks like the ramblings of a madman. They like common themes you notice is there's mentions about the great emperor. There's the closed eye is a common theme. And in fact he does have a couple like doodles of a half closed like lidded eye. There's mentions of cleansing the multiverse and waking the sleeping one. But again, it's the ramblings of a madman.
Cove looks over, quill in hand.
Yeah, he's like
kind of ready to copy down whatever he really says.
Like he's just like writing. He stops for a moment, tries to interpret, and starts writing again, like he's just taking down the words, and he's like, all right, and just keeps going for a minute. Like, he keeps doing that for a second. You're gonna have to interrupt him to kind of get his attention.
I'm gonna say real quick though, with his expression like that as he's trying to write this down, I'm gonna very loudly with my bar stool squeak over closer and closer to see what he's writing.
Now get his attention. Like,
Lean just looks lost because she can't really read. So, she's just gonna wander and go get another beer.
I am not going to pretend that it might not be some sort of code, but it's mostly nonsense.
What do you mean by nonsense?
Well, nonsense and not nonsense. It's talking about real things, but it's just
so I'll look,
the thoughts.
I'll look down at his notes.
Oh, they're in the language of itself.
Oh.
As he kind of learns it.
I just stare at it, but I listen to you try and vaguely
What
explain
exactly
what it
should
is.
I write here?
Let me just say what it's saying. It's explaining something about he'll explain just kind of as Zabani would have said, the closed eye, the empire, the cleansing of the multiverse, the awakening of the sleeping one, and just how it's just all over the place. He's like, I am not taking liberties with this. This is literally me just translating it out.
TikTok's just gonna
kind of make a weird face, but she'll try and organize those thoughts into something coherent on paper.
Unfortunately, I cannot leave this to mistranslation. This is just... But I can't explain if this is code or not, or if someone just likes listening or reading what they think.
Anyone? So now, if anyone wants to, they can give me an intelligence history check to see if they recognize a theme that is present.
What's the role exactly?
Intelligence history.
just want to point out that's a 6, an 8, and an 8 for me tonight.
Wow. Okay. So again, no one really picks up what like for Tail, it's like on the tip of her tongue, and she's like, some of this sounds familiar. I've read some stories about something like this, but I can't quite piece together what it is that I've heard.
I'm like scratching my head and just like look really annoyed, like I'm trying to remember some story someone told me too long ago.
Well, best I can do is document it.
TikTok seems to get bored at the lack of anything to do with magical items. And so it sort of like walks over to Skull, who I think the innkeeper gave him permission to bring inside. No. Wait.
That has never happened here?
Yeah, I was gonna say never mind. So he'll walk out to the door and like open it and just look out and see what Skull's up to. Probably left him near the stable.
He's
in it though.
Yeah. He's rooting around in the grass. Just like he clearly smelled something, and he's like just kind of doing what dogs do.
I'm gonna zoom through this. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's fine. He's gonna like call him over, in the heavy dwarven voice he usually uses to call Skull. Pull him over and like wait to just kind of like hold the door open, and have Skull stick his head in, and just like wait for the innkeeper to not be busy. Everyone else can talk while he's just kind of like chilling for a second.
So other than the 3 drunkards that are in here, it's just you. So like, if none of you are doing something, she's not busy.
He'll just hang there till she happens to look in his direction.
Yeah, she'll glance over,
and he'll like lean over and like let Skull kind of like walk into the door a little bit more.
He'll jump back, but she won't say anything.
I noticed this, even like I was paying attention to the writing, but like I'll see TikTok with Skull by the door and notice the bartender or the innkeeper jump and be like, "It's fine, I can promise." He wants to know if he can bring him in.
TikTok nods.
Yes, I suppose.
Really, it's like a big watch that can walk.
Okay. Should this
TikTok just literally mouth agape at you, just like staring daggers.
I like wave a hand. I'm like, diplomacy.
His head almost like 180s upside down. He brings Skull into the bar and just like sits far away from Tail. Whoever's farthest away from Tail, he sits next to them poignantly.
Don't be angry.
Elric is gonna try to get to like the later parts of the book and try to see if there's anything relevant to I'm gonna raise some undead and attack villagers. Because apparently he's monologuing in this book. At least maybe he'll get something in there.
So it doesn't really get any more it doesn't get any more coherent. And also, he doesn't mention the undead. He does a couple of times mention his minions and protecting his work, but like he doesn't ever mention anything about attacking villagers.
And what was his work? What specifically did he mention on his work? Cleansing
his
the
new
multiverse?
form, new form. But like, so you gather that him creating this construct for him to live in is primarily the focus of his work. But like that's the short-term goal. The cleansing of the multiverse is like a very long-term goal, and it seems to be what his primary like end game focus was.
So basically, he's just trying to survive, if you will.
Yeah. He's trying to get to the point where he can cleanse the multiverse and gain his own paradise.
The identify just gave me the function. It didn't give me any sort of
identify
idea.
gives you the function.
Just the function. A name, no idea of exactly what. Just the function.
Yeah.
And none of the symbols on there, like you said, there's none of the symbols on the mask or anything close to anything in this book. They're just completely
on the mask? No.
So you'll see Elric, for the other players, you'll see Elric quickly go to the back pages and start reading again, and then start saying it out loud again, so that everyone knows exactly what Sabani just said. I don't know what to think about this thing. Other than the mask might just be an echo of his spirit or something. It's a little forced, if you will.
So you will know, TikTok. You will notice that, or you will know that this mask was specifically built to hold a spirit, and this spirit happens to be the one that it's holding. It would be very hard to keep the mask working without removing the spirit itself. It's kind of inherently tied, but it was an empty mask at first, and then the soul was put into it, and that kind of sealed the magic and made it a permanent magical item as opposed to a repository.
like the souls. You mean like the full, like their whole soul of this being is in this?
Yes.
As he like listens over what you're talking about, when you say like it's like a image or whatever of this guy's soul, does he like nod his head and like flip the mask around a little bit and go and just in a drunken sort of Cubanish voice just be like, prison, and tap it on the bar a couple times, just hold it and look at it again. Prison.
All right. Prison. Well, he's probably gone mad at that thing. Especially if you're knocking on that. Never mind.
He taps it a couple more times and you say that, almost in like anger about the zombies. Like, ugh!
Yeah.
Like, if there's a chance he can feel this, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you in particular. Not sure what to. Actually, Zamani, I might actually know this. May I make a roll on what do you do with cursed items in general? Other than destroy them, because obviously you can do that.
Throw them in a river.
Yeah.
Throw them into the volcano.
I'm not gonna require a roll. Basically, everyone knows, from stories you heard as a child and whatnot, what you kind of do with a magic item or a cursed item. Generally speaking, you'll try to destroy them. That's the best course of action, and that's what most stories, including cursed items, tell. Is part of the story is the destruction of the cursed item. So there are other things, like you can probably find like arcane universities or wizards, giving them off to a powerful wizards that you trust is usually a good decision. But then again, you've got to trust them. Giving a powerful item to a dubious wizard has led to just as many bad stories as rando finding a magic item. So getting rid of it with someone you trust or destroying it is probably the two.
Can I take apart magical items to try to figure out how they work and learn stuff from them? Don't know how that works with curses though.
I will have to look at that.
I'm doing the same right now. We can move on for the moment.
Yeah. Like I will look into it later.
Well, after he's gone through the book, he'll close it and be like, I should get some sleep.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing, Elric.
Welcome. And he'll pat the book, leave it, and leave that book there and start to head to bed. He's not expecting to be like, ooh, mask, let's try it on. Hopefully.
I mean, you could.
No.
You certainly could.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
It would make my job interesting.
Yes, it would.
Hey, Parker, do you want to try this?
Technically, if anyone has a chance of succeeding at the save, she's got the best one.
Especially if Elric is, like turning in. I'm gonna, down the last of my rum, go over to TikTok to try and patch things up, and otherwise go to bed.
Oh, he'll drop it real quick. Like, it was a joking anger.
Yeah. She would know that, but she'd still like be like, come on, I didn't mean it.
He'll look at Skull, and I forget how we said they'd communicate. It's not, is it telepath? I don't know how.
Empathetic.
I think it's just an intuitive, like, you understand because you programmed him. You understand what his movements mean. He gets you.
Yeah, and he also does speak common, so
yeah.
He would probably know I love like fading anger or like being upset, so he'll probably be like look upset towards her as well, like wounded.
Wait, does it actually speak it or just hear it?
It understands it.
Yeah,
Okay.
It
I'm just waiting
understands
for
all languages I understand.
I was just waiting for two parents to be like,
Yeah. Skull will, in kind of a mechanical, like, screech sort of, kind of a dog whimper, but almost like gears scraping on each other. Yeah.
See, I know how to do a dog whimper already because I have one that does it all the time. I just had to make it more mechanic.
But he'll follow up towards the rooms. Did we ever pay anyone for a room?
yes.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, Kof will head up
Cool.
and probably just flop on the mattress or cot or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably a hay mattress, so, not the most comfortable thing in the world, but not bad.
Yeah, no, she might give a dissatisfied grunt on just kind of smacking it, but she's not gonna move.
Anyone else planning on staying up?
Moss will stay up for a while finishing the copying of the book.
Aline will be drinking, so yes, but she'll probably go to sleep pretty easy.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you stay up drinking. The innkeep never asks you for any kind of money.
Oh shit! Okay, awesome. Then
Like
drinking as soon as she realizes that, because
like she just keeps giving you alcohol. But you all go to sleep. Oh.
Eventually, like when Moss heads to bed, he will use this last spell slot to cast Goodberry and leave an apple-like Goodberry in front of each of the drunks, passed out drunks. And then he'll make his way up to bed.
Moss is such a sweetheart.
So I was gonna ask that we get all our spell slots back in the morning.
Yes, you do. Everything's back.
Right, then I would cast alarm at the door before me and Skull curl up toward.
How does that look like?
What does it look like when he casts alarm?
Yeah, like how does he cast it? What does he do to cast it? And is there like a visual effect of the spell being cast?
Yeah, I would say he would draw some, like, it would look like intertwining gears on the door.
Right.
With like a light, like probably just charcoal, like nothing serious. It wipes right off. And it looks like some of the gears on Skull, and it's got Skull's eyes on it.
Cool. All right. So you go to sleep. The night passes uneventfully. You wake up the next morning. You probably go downstairs unless you want to do other things. The innkeeper is up. She's got bags under her eyes. And morning. Hi.
It's probably my character. Who else is there? I only sleep 4 hours, so that's what I was asking.
So does Elvish, but so does Celine, but she stayed up 4 hours later.
So my character, like, the lead just went upstairs, and Elric's right back. He's like, all right.
Well, Colleen, yeah, probably drunkenly stumbled past you as you came down the stairs.
Rough night.
Good night. Yes, also good night.
All right.
Elvish will be down. Or I'm sorry, Elvish. Cove will be down relatively soon.
So
Not at the crack of dawn, but
Elric, you go up there, and as you're walking down, you hear the door close. You hear a door close, and you walk in, and all of the drunkards are gone. The innkeeper does not appear to be in the main showroom of the bar.
All right, that's fine. The fire's still going.
Oh yeah, fire's still going.
All right,
It's
yeah.
it's actually pretty fresh and like looks like it just got made.
All right, he'll be sketching in his book, and from there.
Right. So then 4 hours later, everyone that wants to can come down as the innkeeper is walking out. So she didn't get too much sleep last night. Is what it is.
I head down just regular, a little later, but normal wake up time.
Morning. I haven't talked to. I haven't talked to Doran yet. I'm planning on doing that today. He's gonna get up in a little while. Is there anything I can get you?
Some fruit, if you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll scurry off and get you some apples, maybe like an orange-like thing.
That works for me. That's what he'll be nibbling on.
Go. And if you don't have anything specific, she will, maybe about an hour and a half later, she'll disappear out the front door for a little bit, and then come right back in. It doesn't. She's out there for like 5 minutes, and maybe 30 or so minutes later, an older gentleman, human, curly red hair, though it's fading. It's he's still kept a touch of the color of his hair, but it's obviously not as bright as it used to be. Walks in and kind of goes behind the bar and begins speaking with the innkeeper. She kind of gestures out at you people, and he looks surprised and looks over and looks. They continue conversing a little bit, and he'll walk out. So I hear that you're the ones that solved our problem.
Who else is with me right now? Sorry. Cove.
Yeah, Cove will come down. She'll come down probably just like a little bit before this.
Is there anyone else? Is Cove?
Moss stayed up late, so no.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So me and Cove, cool.
Nice.
All right.
How do you know how late you sleep?
It's 8 hours. Like,
Oh.
unless you,
So whenever
Unless
your
you say,
character
I try-
decides to sleep.
yeah, unless you
No,
say,
I meant like, how do you guys know you only sleep for 4? Is that a race thing?
Yes.
yes, elves sleep for half the time, and it's not really sleep; it's more of a meditative trance.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, and he'll get up away from the fireplace and actually walk over to the bar so that it's not like speaking across the bar. And I assume Cove will wander over too or something.
Yeah, she'll move over.
So I hear that you're responsible for the solving of a problem we have had, I guess.
It seems to be had. Yes. I can explain.
Oh, please do.
Well, we had a early engagement of a scouting party last night to see where this might be. From the scouting party, we discovered that they were very close by, and the danger that presented to the town, we decided to engage with that night. And went and engaged and dealt with. It's a spirit, if you will, was raising undead to engage with easy prey, it seems.
Oh dear. And how did you resolve this?
Well, we what would you call like breaking up a spirit, like disenchanted? We broke up
Dispelled
the spirit. We dispelled the spirit and the undead with it that followed. So we believe that the issue itself is resolved.
Oh, that's wonderful news. If I suppose you don't. Where did this occur?
About north of here, just if you follow the road into the tower, the broken tower.
Okay, so you describe where, and he's like,
Yeah.
That's I suppose you don't mind if I send someone out there to go check.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, if that's the case, though, certainly. Is there anything we can help you with? Provide? Adelaide told me your money perhaps would be of assistance.
Monetary
Yes.
compensation would be.
We can probably scrape something up. I will speak with various individuals in the town as I send someone out to go check. But I'm sure we can come up with something if there is such a threat. We weren't 100% sure the threat was there, but if it was as close as you said it was, it certainly worth a little bit of savings.
I believe it was about 10,
30 minutes out.
maybe. Was it 10?
It was about 30 minutes out.
No,
like 30
10 zombies. Excuse me.
No, it was.
It was like 15 or so, I think.
It was a little over a dozen zombies with a magical threat that was keeping them afloat.
Oh dear. And they are still there, and the spirit is gone. Yes.
Yes.
Well then, I shall speak to some of the more prominent members of the town. I will certainly make sure to find some kind of compensation as I send one of the younger.
Let me know if you want an escort. We dealt with the ones that were there. We cannot guarantee if there's any wandering.
We I believe have a few members of the town that are skilled at ranging and keeping hidden in the forest. I think if you dealt with the bulk of them, they should be fine.
They should be fine. They did not move too quickly.
Okay, then if I will. Thank you. I shall, I suppose, go see what I can scrounge up.
We will wait here.
Right, so he kind of hobbles out. He's getting pretty old, and disappears for a while.
Fist bump the cove again.
Let me know when we hit the 8-hour-ish mark away from.
It'll be, an hour or two after this guy's left, and
Elric will explain to anyone who comes down what the scenario is. No secrets here.
I think you said, please correct me if I'm remembering wrong. The town looked a little shabby, like they're not very well off.
It's not shabby. It's not big. They're not great off. The inn is clearly the nicest building in the town because it is on a major road. But this is mostly a farming community.
Basically, would a moral compass steer you away from taking money from these people?
Taking too much, yeah, but the way the old man presented it, he seemed like he didn't seem like he was destitute. He seemed like it's gonna take a little bit of work, but we should be fine. It's breaking into savings, not giving life savings.
Moss would have made his way downstairs before he gets back, and he would approach Tail with the journal and the leftover paper and ink in hand. Thank you very much. This will help with the sleeping tiefling.
Oh, not at all. I want to see what we can do to help her.
So now I assume everyone's downstairs now,
Yes.
right? So Elric will actually lean back at his feet up because they're he's relaxed now. What shall we do about the payment with them? And he already explained. He already explained. Sorry, that's what they're doing right now.
Divvy it up.
TikTok will sort of like nudge Tail. And whatever we ended up doing with the gold, I guess probably put it in a bag or something and set it somewhere. He'll nudge her and like put his hand in the bag of wherever we put all the reagents and stuff, and he'll kind of like point out like some of the reagents, and she would get that he's more interested in reagents than like actual payment, like gold.
Should we ask for less or ask for more? If we ask for less and give money back, our reputation might increase. Especially if we only ask for goods and for continuing on, which is a much cheaper per commodity to a town like this.
I would prefer not to ask for less, personally.
Perhaps we should make a pool for hiring a boat.
For what?
A pool of money for hiring a boat.
I mean, we can always accept a lower haggle. Definitely go a little higher.
So we ask for a whatever they give us, or you said a higher height. Damn.
Yeah?
I thought you said you were asking for a higher hike. Sorry.
Yeah, I suggested start a little higher, nothing crazy, but if we start a little higher and they say I can't do that, then you go lower. You don't start at what you're happy with.
That means that they'll say a value to us, and then we request it higher.
Taylor, you sound much more adept at bartering than I do.
I'll handle it. But I'm not as versed on what these things are, so you tell me what you think their worth is. I'll figure out a fair profit increase.
Is that, or we ask for free goods before our next travel? Like I said, goods are going to be cheaper for them to let go than money.
That is true. They said they weren't sure how much they'd be able to afford us, and if we're leaving a town, what are we going to do necessarily with a buttload of money?
Go frowns
TikTok
a little bit.
You do also know that that Tirtinu, which is the big city that you all are kind of heading towards, because that's going to be the big dock city. Tirtinu does have, it's not that far away. It's maybe a couple days away.
I would personally prefer money to goods. I can get goods anywhere. I can't exactly get money anywhere.
We can ask for a split. If they don't have that much, we ask for what we think they can give us, and then say, now can you supplement that with some food, travel supplies?
We can also ask for a trade supply and sell it ourselves in the next city, if we feel like we can make a profit from it.
The city doesn't look like it's necessarily abundant in rare resources.
No, but wheat, grain, things like that, they sell at a cheaper price here. We are the ones who transport it, which is the risk, and we make a cream of it.
I shake my head. If we're going to an even bigger city, or at least a city that regularly has imports, they're going to have better deals with their regular merchants for especially something like wheat. You're only going to get your money if they have something that it takes travel to Arn for.
Well, I assume this is the farm town that feeds that city. At least one of probably many.
True, but like I said, they probably have some errand boy that makes the travel regularly, and they have a set price. If we walk in trying to sell some wheat, they don't know who it's from. We could say that it's from Arn, but they might not accept that and think it's, some inferior product we're just trying to pawn off at the same price.
That's fair. It sounds like you know the economics a little more than I do.
Hey, Zabani, do I get a point in economics?
I mean, you have a
3 points in persuasion.
You have a point.
You have a lot of persuasion.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's one of the things you took expertise in. If I'm not
did. Yeah. But so I nod at speaking with Elric. Yeah, I think our best course of action is we do need some money. I don't think they have a lot, though. And we also need some food and supplies. Let's split the difference.
That sounds like a plan to me. Unless... Looking at Cove, that just went, noises.
I like money. If possible, I would prefer to get as much of it as possible.
Well, we stick to my plan then. We say what we're expecting. They'll eventually tell us that's too high. We start going a little lower and then ask for some supplies on top of it. Things that they probably wouldn't miss that much anyway. Especially if this is a farming community.
I'll trust you.
Sounds like we have a plan. I'm so glad I don't have to do negotiations this time. He just leans back and puts his feet up and goes back to his book.
Cove grins and sort of pats him on the arm. And then finds some place to relax and maybe take notes.
He definitely enjoys yep, we did a job. Yep, all right, we're gonna get a stuff for it. Cool, I'm gonna keep on here because I'm relaxing now.
Alright, so is that everybody? Nobody got anything else to do?
I don't believe so.
Wolf.
So you, without really much else to do, you kind of wait in the tavern for the day. You sit around, and eventually, the old man will walk back in, see a much larger group of people, and he has a kind of a sack, money sack that's pretty hefty, and he will walk to Elric, because Elric is the one that he kind of had primary interactions with earlier.
I assume we're all at the same table.
Yeah, but like he'll the one
Yeah,
he's looking at, the one he's gonna begin the conversation with is you. Hi, it seems it seems there is some validity to what you said. I appreciate what you've done for us. I don't know what we would have done with a threat like that building on our border.
You're welcome.
So I have spoken with some of the more prominent members of the town, and we have pulled together this for you. And he'll set it on the table with a heavy thunk, and total. Yes.
Oh, he'll nod at Tail towards it, just to be like, I'm slowly handing off to you to be the person that talks.
Sorry, I was making sure I got the picture up. What was the innkeeper's last thing he said?
It wasn't the innkeeper. It was this old man who you don't really know specifically what his role is in the town, but yeah, he said. So I spoke with some of the more prominent members of the town, and we've managed to pull this together for you. So I hope it's enough. It seems like a substantial sum. We have gotten 672 gold total.
That's a lot, actually.
I was gonna say,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Moss's eyes kind of go wide.
No one say anything. Just take
Yeah,
it.
he's like just gonna look at Tail and just like with a raised eyebrow,
Cove is going to just look up at the old man.
because he adventures a lot, and he's just like, that's not anywhere near you get what you get. You get like 25 gold for a zombie incursion. This is like, what the fuck is going on?
I know, and I'm chaotic good, but like I care for like poor people and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, no.
Take now, donate later.
TikTok definitely does not look happy at this idea.
Yeah,
Cove looks pleased.
even like, even Elric's like, that's a lot. He didn't even say it. He's just like giving like Tail that look of, that's a lot of money.
Okay, DM, I'm not asking necessarily for meta knowledge, but when I look around this town, does this look like it might even almost bankrupt this place?
No. So this while it is not a big town of its own right, it is on a thoroughfare between two of the bigger cities on this continent. It is one of the primary stops between several cities. So like the average person in this town cannot afford that by any stretch of the imagination. That's several years of income for most of the people in this town. However, as you kind of like looked around the town, there are some bigger houses here. You know, some people who have, through whatever method, found some way to capitalize on the economic boon of the location of this town.
I just also realized something, because
Yeah.
we're not going to know how much money it is other than this giant clunk until she starts counting it, and our eyes just slowly getting bigger as she's counting it.
Like, oh lord, unless he said exactly what it was.
No,
He
actually,
did.
I
He did?
wouldn't
Okay.
Yeah, he
count it in
Alright.
front of him,
No,
because
don't
I
do
would
that.
feel like that's like, I need to make sure how much you're giving me.
Yeah.
I would look at the amount and have a guesstimate of how much is in there. So in that case,
We truly see how good your character is.
I'm gonna take the money sack, and I'm going to think for a minute. whatever like surface I can set it down on. I'm gonna like set it down, open it up, and take out.
It is mostly platinum pieces, which a lot of you wouldn't have even seen very much. But it's mostly platinum pieces, not gold, because 600 gold coins is a lot. No, yeah, you haven't seen. Yeah, okay, but like again, outside of this excursion that you've been together, platinum is not terribly common unless you're like a noble.
What was the guy's name, or did he say a name?
He is not.
Unless you want to talk.
I have something I'm gonna do, but if you want to say something.
Yeah, he might actually interject.
Right. Okay.
Sir, what was your name?
Oh, I apologize. I thought I said Doran Stonesworn. I'm
Elric.
The I suppose governor of this town.
Ko's gonna just shake the man's hand.
May we discuss real quick? May our group discuss real quick?
Is this not enough?
Let us, if you may.
I suppose.
I'm squinting at Elric like.
He'll kind of look across all of you, a little confused, and then kind of wander over to Adelaide, the innkeeper.
TikTok will follow with Skull and introduce Skull to the old man.
This is what he's gonna do, like not even like looking, he's like like looking at Till like what?
I'm gonna lean in and like very, very quietly, we're not taking this much.
No, we're not taking this much. What the hell's wrong?
Crazy?
Yeah, no, we're not taking this much from this town. They could use I got this, okay?
They offered this of their own will.
Shit!
You are going to decide how much we get paid?
Also, to be fair, like, one of the more lucrative jobs in the world is adventurer because it's so dangerous. It is one of the most lucrative jobs in the world. Like, as you adventure, if you manage to survive the whole time, you will start just getting unnecessarily large amounts of money. And like that's kind of a known thing. That's why adventurer is such a promising job prospect, except most people can't hack it, most people die.
Bless you, Hope.
Thank you.
Before TikTok leaves, he would just kind of like elbow tail on the side and just like nod up and down, like, yes, just take it. And then walk off.
Is going to be very upset if she tries to give back some money.
Well, hold on. Wasn't there the person who was in the what was her name? The one who can't move anymore.
Hastel. Her name is Hastel.
Hastel, wasn't it?
Yes.
We could leave money with her.
I have already taken care of that.
I mean, we could leave more money with her. I don't know what you've lit to her, but
I start to quickly, while the conversation's still going on, I scoop up like a little less than a third. Like, it would be about the 170 whatever, like, but without me counting, I'm just like grabbing a good handful, and I start walking.
Going to look at her very earnestly.
I start walking back to the mayor with it.
She's gonna grab you.
So that's...
What are you doing?
Even though Cove grabs me, I speak out saying, Mayor, I want you to take this back and I want you to donate it to your temple. Make sure people who need it get help and, healing.
Oh,
is that your cut then? She will say out loud.
It is more than her cut.
It will be mine.
I turn back, I look at Cove and say, fine, sure.
Okay, but that's still more than what your cut should be.
TikTok will sigh and just say, you can have mine too, mister.
Then she'll let go.
That's very generous of you. I didn't... I appreciate it.
What you offered is very, very generous. So like I said, I would like you to put this where it would be of good use. And instead, perhaps you can give us some extra food and travel supplies.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we didn't suppose it was too generous. It was, a threat that close to our town. We don't really have a militia. We don't have protection, so... But absolutely, we can get you a cart. We can get you horses. We can. We can make this work.
Maybe investing in a militia for a moment.
You see Tail look back at the bag like, oh.
Cove goes like at the two people, offering up their share. She's gonna go up and count the rest.
So a third of 627
is 272 is 224.
I said less than a third. Like, I got a scoop I could, like, kind of hold in my hand, so I said probably, like, a little less than 200.
Whatever
Alright,
a handful is.
Give me a moment.
And Elric will again will go back to his
actually, no,
meeting.
I was thinking, like, a quarter or a little less. So, a quarter wait. No, okay, yeah, less than a third. So, less than 200-ish.
Alright.
I'm saying, like, I eyeballing it, I'd be like, alright, this is like a couple hundred.
Yeah. All right.
Elric's gonna lean back and like look at Cove and just kind of start snickering a little bit.
Money
as
is
you
important.
see. Yes.
You managed to count out 512 gold.
Yes, it is. But are you planning on retiring for the rest of your life?
No, I need this to work and to live. It's not as much as it looks for me.
Oh.
TikTok will literally tap Skull on the side, this giant brass tin metal magic monster, and just look at you.
Yeah, she doesn't look over. She's still counting it and like splitting it evenly.
That's about 1 year in a college.
But yeah, she'll split it 4 ways if Tail
Okay,
and
so-
TikTok both.
Oh yeah, are you gonna give up your whole share, or just what that evened out as being? Because that's less than 2 full
Right?
shares.
No.
Yeah.
If there's like, she'll split out for the other two, whatever
All right,
remains
so-
of the even share.
All right. Okay, so everyone gets 112 gold pieces except for the 2 that were giving up part of their share, and they each get 32 gold pieces.
That's fine, I'm a bard, I don't need nothing.
There you go.
I can seduce someone for my meal.
How much was it? Sorry.
112 for you.
He said 35.
And-
Do I get any?
Yeah, no, she divides it for everybody,
Yeah.
even though like the people
Okay.
that aren't present.
Yeah, Cove sets 112 gold in front of you.
And how much was the ones that
32.
They got 32.
Wait, who were the 2 people that were giving from their share? Okay, so Moss and
It was 3 people actually. apparently.
TikTok said it too.
Yeah,
oh,
TikTok.
okay.
I mean, is Moss there to say he's giving up his share?
He said
Okay,
it
so-
out loud.
The math is complicated.
I can't fucking count. I'm just glad the storyteller can.
Like he's done this before. Many previous lives.
And that was 112 for everyone else, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so everyone else gets 112.
I expect a statue next time I come through Arn.
At least a 72 gold statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone else gets 72 gold.
Hey.
So Feline and Cove was 112. Everyone else is 72.
I'm gonna say Feline was probably either still asleep or upstairs for this part. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. So
I was drawing Tic Tac. I apologize.
Tic Tac.
I'm into it.
Patty
I'm
whack?
so sorry.
No, draw Tic Tac next.
Why? No. Why are you?
That
Why are you
sounds
drawing
refreshing.
a James Bond villain?
That
I was
just
thinking
sounds
of
refreshing.
minty blah 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Me too.
Freshener. There we go.
Me too.
You should draw a TikTok, but as a Tic Tac.
But if we can, is this break time? About
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
sounds
This
good.
is a good time. Yeah, so as usual, we're going to take a little bit of a break for our player characters and our DM to, go powder their noses or whatever they need to do. So we'll be back in a few minutes. If anybody has any questions about the game or the characters, feel free to post them. And of course, let us know how all of you are doing on this lovely Friday evening. How is your end of the work week for normal 9-to-5ers going? I know lots of people have different working schedules and such, but yeah, still Friday. Still a nice night.
Hey, did I mention I'm sorry for the greed? I'm so sorry for that.
No, I love it.
Like, my character needs to be greedy. I'm very sorry.
What this? He's just like, really now? I need this gold. How
Like
noble are you?
Like I said in the chat, Tail's very Robin Hood. She saw like a cute, sweet town that was really appreciative of what they did. She's like, no, put it in your temple. The first time she sees some like noble asshole like talking down to a peasant, she's robbing their house.
All right, so
That's her plan for the rest of the day. She's just like, nope, you're getting robbed. I'm taking all your favorite things.
so me, Moss, and TikTok and Tail all did 72 gold. Is that right? All right, cool.
The only two that took 112 would be Cove and Feline, which is hilarious.
Yeah, no, Cole will give it over to Thaleen when she steps downstairs.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. This was drinking money.
Meow.
Yeah, that was how I decided to define her, like, kind of chaotic good, is like, oh no, she's really, really good for nice people. Assholes are gonna get messed with. Awesome job on TikTok, by the way, Elvish Dame. Thank you very much.
Still fiddling with it, but thank you.
No, I really like it. I like because Koz was saying he wanted that thing where he had like the longer feathers on the forearms. I think he did a great job on that.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I like see though.
Thanks.
Thing. Like I think it looks
solid,
good, but
Fuck
like
with the head to make it look more like a crow
yeah,
now.
yeah, it's just nose to head should just be a flat line basically. You know, a little bit
which
of a
is hard to do from this particular angle that I picked,
hard.
like an idiot. So I gotta kind of redo the whole skull shape. So hold on a minute. This is my concentrating face.
It's really good.
It is.
You
Thank
should be
you.
proud.
So Hope,
Yeah.
is the money thing like a big background thing, or does she just want money?
No, it's a background thing.
Yeah, it's solidly a background thing.
I'm looking forward to finding it.
Oh, and I have found an easy way to determine how much money a ship costs. Because like so the original map that we made is exactly the right width to make this calculation super easy, because there's a ruler tool in Roll20, and it's exactly the right width to make all navigation super easy to justify.
Awesome.
And
On a side note, Ben, have you for Roll20 put the character drawings as our minis?
Not yet. Nah, I'll do that this week.
I'm not done yet. Yeah. Fuck no, he looks like a weird squished dinosaur.
Oh!
I mean, that's basically what a bird is, though. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
being
That's a
technical.
fact.
It does look amazing.
But like he really looks like a weird. Hold on a second, let me show you.
Hey, as a side note, did you know that birds are evil?
What are you
I don't
talking
know.
about?
I went to the zoo and they have like just a bird section where you can feed them, and those shits are. I just don't like birds. Okay, I'm gonna be
There,
honest. I like them
weird
from
looking
over
dinosaur
here.
thing. I
They
gotta
can
figure
smell
this
my
out.
fear, and they tried to attack me. Okay.
I don't know what I did, but I did it wrong.
So,
Maybe
so
the
I'm
head
thinking,
is
I'm thinking
rounder?
I
eye
think the-
eye goes down a little bit, and
Yeah,
the
the eye-
sharp and the sharp curve at the back of the skull can be smoothed out a little bit.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta fuck with it. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe reverse the eye too, like so it's the pointy part's the other way.
No, that's eyes go this way.
Right.
He's Borb.
I really like birds, but the one time I ever held a parrot, it bit me and then pooped on my shoulder. So I don't like
No.
parrots.
That was my sort of first experience with the bird, or like one of my first memories was my mom holding a bird and telling me to hold it, and then it took a shit on her finger, and I was like, I don't need that.
Bigger birds, especially macaws, can absolutely be assholes. I found bigger birds are very much like cats. You can have a really awesome one that's like kind of cuddly and sweet, even if it's very talkative, or you can end up with an absolute asshole. I've known a couple people that got parrots. They were even like prepared, like they did all the breeding, they had all the stuff, and then they like just a while later they're like, this bird is an asshole, and they had to like get rid of it.
On the
So,
plus side, Loki is adorable.
Who's adorable?
Loki.
Oh
Good.
yeah.
Twins birds. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
No, like my boss had a conure, and like it was a super chill bird, and then like suddenly one year it became the most asshole bird, and they had to rehome it.
So it became Conure West.
Conures are a little safer than like macaws.
No, but that means it became Conure West.
Ah!
Hey!
Ha!
Topical.
Topical. Also, funny thing is, we had 2 cockatiels when I was growing up, and they were siblings. The one was an absolute sweetheart, so sweet. You could just take her right out of the cage. She'd sit on your shoulder, just really, really nice. The other one was terrible.
Well,
If
I
you
think
got
they're
her
pretty.
if you got her out of the cage, she calmed down a little bit. But if you even put your hand outside but near the cage, she started freaking out.
Well, and so husband has had birds before, and I think birds are super cool and they sound really nice, but I cannot close to birds. They know my fear. They know it, and they seize the opportunity.
I'd like them if they didn't poop so much. I would want one as a pet.
They're too loud for me.
Though,
just-
if I could, I would get a rescue pigeon.
I grew up with a few birds, and on occasion they poo, but I feel like if you have them out of the cage often enough, they kind of almost, maybe it was just my experience, but my birds didn't poo that much outside their cages. It was a random accident here and there, but they kind of seem to get cages food and poo outside is play and getting to fly around.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had a dove that lived for about 23 years. It just passed a little while ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I was a little sad. I was like, oh no. It's I was still. But it was amazing because I would go to visit my parents over the last couple years, and it was still fine. It wasn't even lethargic or anything weird. I was just like, how is this? How is she still alive? I didn't know pigeons lived this long.
All right, trying again.
Thank you so much, Art. You're
welcome.
the best.
Oh my god, yes. I'm gonna put that up on the screen. Thank you, CS.
What the hell?
Oh wait, was that Art?
That's me.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Art.
that was Art.
I'm used to CS coming in with that stuff.
Yes,
That is,
Art. They're basically the same person.
but that is
Sometimes.
that's so perfect though. Cool.
I fucking like that scene in general in the Chappelle Show was great. So it's,
Oh no, it
it's
is. CS, I'll take the
He
credit.
takes the credit anyway.
I just saw a link and I was like opening it up and I was like, oh, CS is back at it again. But Art is just as good.
There can only be one.
I see puppies.
I see France.
I don't see any underpants.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. No, I'll take that assessment. Art is basically CS plus beard.
I can see that.
He's the one exclaiming that. That is his own assessment.
No, I know, but I
I'm-
still agree with
Yeah,
it.
but I'm fine with the assessment.
I can't wait for it to show up in stream. Are you putting it on the stream? I think you're trying to.
All right. Vicariously. Yeah, good job, Graham. All right. So. All right, so we're back.
I want to point. I love the push for like TikTok is greedy because he wanted to keep magical item, and here we are.
It's
Cove needs
changed.
that money, man. It's different.
TikTok needs magical items, man.
I have
He
no idea
likes
why
them.
Cove.
There is a difference.
I have
So,
no
like-
idea why Cove needs money. Honestly.
I also have no idea where Cove needs money, but Tail would know. It's my beast is basically fueled by money.
I
Like
mean,
Soul
is-
is essentially a giant money.
I just want to watch you hand feed skulls
So's
and
my
gold
wizard
coins in
book.
front of Cove.
Just like eat up like little bits of corn. Just like go ahead.
Cove will basically just
Alright.
like freak out for like 2 seconds and then get over it.
All right, so you split up the gold. Feline starts making her way downstairs after a bit of a rough night, but like rough in the best way possible. And Doran will kind of like disappear off into the town again.
Good morning, Felly.
I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to fix this damn picture of TikTok.
Nah,
You can take
don't
a
worry
break.
about it. Yeah.
You do not have to worry about my picture.
I do though. I've been worried about it for like 2 weeks.
You got a good one up. You can mess with it later. We'll update it
So
later.
yeah, you managed to
Play
wake
the
up.
game,
after-
darling.
No,
Rough.
that's what I'm saying is that I'm stopping. To,
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, you wake up after a rough in the best way possible night and kind of wander downstairs, and everyone else is downstairs already.
Good morning.
We've been compensated for the last night. Your cut is over here.
Elric is grinning like full-on grin, just looking at Cove.
Oh,
Her cheeks are like a little purplish, but otherwise.
Unapologetically purplish.
Huh?
Unapologetically purplish.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it has 112 golds worth of mostly platinum, couple gold.
Wow.
It is a lot, yes. Still staring at Cove.
What is? Thank you. Does not understand why it's awkward and thinks it's because they're reacting weird to her.
He's just completely entertained now.
Yeah, no, she's gonna just, when that transaction's done, like, go back to note-taking.
You don't see me, I have money.
Alright. So, are we doing anything else in this town in general?
Yeah. Anyone else? Are there any other plans?
Moss will want to buy some stuff from the general store and then deliver the copied book to the temple.
All right. So, what are you looking to buy?
TikTok will probably tag along with Moss, though, just to hang out and check out the goods.
Travel supplies, lots of rope.
All right. So yeah, you walk into the general store, and there's a kind of a hairy human dude. Oh, hello. How can I help you?
Paper, salt, rope.
Oh, yes, of course. And he'll go and grab the things that you ask for. He'll busy himself grabbing them.
I will mark off the amount that I purchased.
How long is our travel to the next place?
Maybe a couple more days, like 3 days. So.
Yeah, Cove will go and stock up on a ton of salt.
All right.
That wasn't a joke, Art. Don't stare at me.
Yeah, no, I was trying to decide like how long it was if we needed like hunting supplies, but that sounds like we'd be good if we just have some rations and salt.
I'm missing a joke here with why everyone needs this much salt.
5.
Like you've seen her use it before. She like skins and tans furs.
Oh,
Okay,
that's right.
so
that makes sense for you.
That's
Oh shit! Yeah, Charlie would buy more like woodsy supplies like that too.
Yeah, that's 5 copper for a pound of salt.
Moss would give a copper. He doesn't need that much salt.
Okay, cool.
She will get.
I just meant some for the food.
Cove has enough.
Y'all gonna have some egg on your face when you realize what's going on. I'm just saying.
Hey, man, it's only as strong as your communication.
Wait, is Cove like a shark?
Like,
Does she need salt water to breathe?
Yeah, you can't be like, secretly the whole time my sister was kidnapped. I just didn't tell you because I wanted to look like a greedy asshole because it was convenient to the plot.
They wanted golden salt.
Yeah, but like, why does she really want to share about her kidnapped sister?
Why would she want to? Under what context would she be like, "Hello, my name is Cove, and let me exposition my life at you, bird who mimics things I say for fun"?
He has not needed to yet, to be fair.
False.
Oh, I didn't.
He mimicked her once when it was like the whooshing of cloth.
The sound that her clothes made.
That's not mimicking her. That's mimicking her failures.
But like, you did it indignantly, and like Cove's seen him do it to others. So like,
He's trying to say you can't tell him stories.
Alric will go to the tavern too, or the general.
TikTok asking for anything.
Oh, I'll let TikTok.
No, TikTok would trust Tail to get whatever is needed for us because him interacting with keepers is not good.
he does kind of regularly glance at both of you, you know, almost like that like what you doing in this part of town, boy? Kind of suspicious, but like not gonna say anything out loud
At
about
me?
it. Sort of glances.
As he glances,
As basically everyone who walks in, anyone who's here, except for
maybe Elric?
except for Thaleen and Elric. Yeah, okay, I forget about Elric.
Moss will give him a very awkward
normal.
smile.
It would just be Kurt.
But like
TikTok
that's because
will literally, in his own voice, hello. When he catches him glancing after a couple times, he'll say it when he catches his eye.
Yeah, he'll blush, but like continue grabbing whatever people are asking for.
yeah, but Moss will like give him a very toothy smile.
It's like a snarl because you're a lizard.
Oh, I've got great insight.
So Cove will buy about 10 pounds of salt and
Tanning.
for tanning. It's not like that shit spoils quickly. And then she'll buy some provisions, mostly eggs.
So yeah, that's that'll be 5 silver for the salt.
So they have like dried fruit. I would definitely pack up some of
Yeah.
that.
They will have a wide variety of just all sorts of basic travel stuff.
Yeah, so I'll pack up on some dried fruits, some nuts, like good travel, like don't even have to worry about it spoiling.
And then afterwards, Cove will probably spend time out of the inn, like just prepping the hide, and then, or the owlbear hide from before. And then, when she's done, she'll try to return to everyone and see if we're planning on leaving soon.
So Elric will go up to the, what would you call this guy? Tavern? No.
The
Merchant?
Merchant works.
Oh, yeah, the merchant.
He'll go to the merchant and like, hello, sir.
Hi. And like
Sure.
he looks a little bit more friendly to you than a lot of the other people that have walked in.
I won't notice.
Other people.
Do you carry any wizard supplies?
I don't exactly know what you mean.
God, what do they call it? Sorry. What do they call it? Magic dust? Magic writing shit?
Oh, it's just it's a series of specialized inks.
I'm looking for specialized inks.
I have ink. I don't know if it's special ink.
May I inspect it?
He'll pull out a small bottle, and it's definitely not what you're looking for. This is like he'll have a variety of colors, but like he'll have some black, some blue, a little bit of red, some green.
Real quick, at hearing like this
Yes.
while I'm in the store, I'm just gonna sigh, my shoulders slumped a little bit, and just walk outside because I'm like, I'm not gonna find anything cool here.
Wait, because you're what now?
My main interest when I go into new cities is to find unique writing instruments or music instruments. And he's like, I got different colors. She's just gonna leave.
Well, never mind.
But yeah, so you look over the inks that he has, and none of them will hold the magic that you need for your purposes.
I really like the idea that it's basically the equivalent of she goes in to see what cool instruments they have, and they all have different, like it's just different clear plastic recorders, but like slightly different.
Not
I'm
quite
solidly
what
picturing
those.
like a jaw harp.
It's when you go into the antique store in a new city and you're like, this is all chintzy shit from the 70s.
Not quite what I was looking for, but may I have some of your dry fruits?
Oh, absolutely. So I guess like it'll be like a silver for a pound. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he's like holding up the inks, when you're what the fuck's your name?
Elric.
Eldritch was stuck in my head, and I knew that was wrong.
That's close enough.
When he's holding up the inks and like Elric's looking at them, he's gonna like tug. How tall is Elric? Roughly. Tall or short?
Normal sized.
I'm pretty sure taller.
Am I tall?
I
don't remember.
Pretty sure taller.
Oh, TikTok's very, very short.
I think
elves are a little bit shorter than like the average elf is a little bit shorter than the average human, but not by much. Maybe like by an inch or two.
Elric was a little taller than the normal elf, right? Because he has human in him.
Yeah. Right. So I know you're decently tall. When he holds up like a reddish ink, he's gonna like tug on you and like pull out a coin with like what he thinks it's worth and give it to you.
Does this cover the cost of the sink?
Yes, absolutely.
He puts it down and hands the ink over to.
And it's 5 to a platinum piece from gold.
It's 10. The only thing that's not a 1 to 10 ratio is electrum.
Ignore that.
I feel like we truly bonded right here.
TikTok's trying. He's trying.
I feel like we bonded.
TikTok's trying to like slowly get everyone sort of on his wavelength. That's why he's like, "This is how I do business," which is hilarious because he's in the Merchants Guild.
Oh wow.
Knows a lot of friends.
Right, because ink is ridiculous. So for an ounce bottle, that is 10 gold. Ink is a thing. Ink is a thing that's harder to make on older like with older technology.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So 1 plat.
Huh? Yeah, so a platinum piece.
So if he gave him a single plat and be like,
so he'll take it and he'll look and do kind of the standard. I'm making sure this isn't platinum and not some bullshit that decides that it's a real platinum and throws it somewhere up under the counter.
and he'll hand you the red ink.
He'll just look at it real close, kind of entertained.
And he'll get his fruit that he wants.
Yeah.
That's it for me in this town, at least. The moment Elric horror, stop it.
Cool. So as you kind of, is anyone else planning on getting anything?
Not really. Darlene will buy some basic food and then just kind of wander around the town until it's time for us to leave.
Moss will.
Tail has
for simplicity's sake, just mark off a gold, or actually, what? It's right here. Rations. A day's worth of rations is 5 silver. So
Tail has a penchant for fruit, so that's why she was like, "You got dried fruit."
Yeah. A day's worth of rations is 5 silver. So, however many days times 5 silver.
Whenever Tail makes her way back out onto the street again, Moss will approach and be like, and hand her a stack of paper for the paper that I used. It's 250 sheets. It's a lot of paper.
It's not the greatest high quality nice paper, but it's kind of the equivalent, the modern day equivalent of computer paper.
I have genuine appreciation on my face. Oh, thank you so much, Moss. That you didn't need to, but I appreciate it. I'll keep this with me, and I put it in my pack.
He bobs his head, and then he will eventually make his way to the temple.
While you're giving her the paper, you see TikTok very close, looking into the moss on you.
You will probably see a skitter, kind of an undefined skitter under the moth.
Okay. Can I help you?
He's just curious. You can tell him to shoo anytime.
You mispronounced nosy?
Moss goes to pat his head almost, and then kind of moves his hand away. I'm not quite sure if I should push him away or
He just hops back when Tail calls him. He's like, "Oh, sorry."
Thank you.
All right. So as you're kind of gathering together, all the equipment stuff that you're planning on for your travels, You see a couple of people, they are leading a cart up in front of the tavern. It's got 3 horses on it. It is a covered cart, so you can't really see what's inside. Mostly wooden. It's not like a canvas covered. It's got a solid, well built back to it. And a little bit later, Doran will come up and kind of he's gonna go enter the tavern, which is where he knows you guys are. Go ahead.
Is the chalked up horse that I was drawing on the other day a part of this gang? Or
It is not.
is it anywhere in the stable still?
Yeah, still in the stables.
No one's even gotten near it. As he's like walking about town, he's just keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, one of the drunkards from the previous night, he took it out for a little while. It was gone for half an hour to an hour, and then he brought it back. Art.
Is there anything particular or important of that discussion? You just kind of focused on that. I'm trying to figure out.
Yes, there is.
That I notice.
No, not specifically. It's just a tavern, a cart. There doesn't seem to be anyone in it.
But nothing in particular that I would catch.
Not
to be like,
not offhand. No. Not
Alright,
offhand.
cool.
No.
So I'll ignore it at the current.
However, when any of you enter the tavern,
Sure.
Doran will stop you and I'm glad you haven't left yet. We managed to get a cart and some horses for you to help you on your journey. You did ask for some travel supplies.
If Elric's there, is Tail there?
Yeah, I would have been following along, so I'm gonna smile brightly. Like, oh, fantastic! Thank you so much.
Because if Tail wasn't there, like Elric's just staring at it and then like, Tail!
No, please turn around and yell with me a foot behind you.
Tail! Oh, there you go.
Yeah, yes, thank you so much. What did you say was a cart and...
Cart, 3 horses.
Nice.
Big, like thick horses. They are clearly draft horses, meant for pulling carts. One of them less so, but yeah.
Yeah, did they earn the extra C?
Again, one of them didn't, but the other 2.
That's the lead horse. And what else was it with it?
As if you go inside and look, and there's several days worth of food and trail rations. Some wheat, some rice, some dried foods.
Any salt?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not much.
What was the old guy's name again? Like, I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
Doran.
Doran, okay. So I go up and I shake his hand, but with like that kind of like 2-hand shake.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure that that you went on your way quite nicely.
We appreciate it.
So will you be leaving town soon, I suppose?
I believe that's the plan, and I'm gonna look back, or like toward Elric and at anyone else that's nearby.
Well, I'm glad you are here, certainly. And I wish you wonderful journeys.
Thank you so much.
I would warn you about the problems merchants have been experiencing north of here, but I suppose I don't need to.
Well, I mean, a warning doesn't hurt.
I think he means the undead.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
that was...
I'll retcon that. I thought he meant like, he was trying to be like spooky, like there's something else.
No. He's solidly, the only complaint lately has been undead have been attacking merchants north of here.
Okay. Like, what now?
Cove will trot up. Could I rest a pelt on this cart, if that's possible?
I suppose it's your cart.
She's asking Tail.
I'm gonna look kind of surprised and be like, it's our cart to use, of course. I don't think we have too much more to load up on it, as long as it won't spoil the food.
No, can be kept separate.
It does also have a kind of a squared off roof. Like it's a little bit curved at the top, but mostly squared off.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like shake my head and like raise my shoulders like, it's ours. It's not mine.
All right, then I'll go fetch it, and I'll be ready to leave.
All right. So is that Earth thing?
I think so.
TikTok's just outside, trotting around on Skull around the horses, fluffing up and like comparing hit Skull to the horses, and like making small minor notes.
Yeah, most of this stuff is solidly like, these are big, massive creatures with a lot of heft to them. You might get a couple of ideas, but most of this would be if you wanted to go with more of a strong build.
He's just more prancing around having fun. He's almost showing off, like, look at how much nicer mine is. And if there's any kids
Kof will nod in appreciation as he flaunts his contraption animal. Contranimal.
Automaton.
Not an auto. Like I don't know how to abbreviate what looks like the inside of a watch into a single word. So
It's a watchdog.
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
no, she will nod in appreciation as he flaunts the watchdog.
Okay, yeah,
It's a box.
the title is taking.
I know it's not a dog, but it's too good to not use.
All right, so
Oh, sorry, it is a canid.
Moss
it's
will,
dog enough.
He will leave the copy of the journal with the lady at the temple, and he will also leave a letter kind of explaining to the tiefling, if she wakes up, kind of what happened.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, dear. I appreciate this. This will certainly help a lot.
Moss is writing a note for the girl.
Oh, totally.
I want to look it over.
This would have been done the previous night while you guys were talking over the journal.
Okay.
I mean, if you're at the temple, you would see me handing it over.
I don't know if that timeline is right.
I mean, this is I think the last thing that Moss does before you leave. Correct? Yeah. So like this is after you've gotten the cart. This is after everything's all set up and you're basically ready to go. And Moss will give me a second. I need to go drop something off at the temple with Hastel.
Yeah, if I don't know what it is, I'm not gonna like pry. I would only like if I knew he said if he said like I'm leaving a letter with her. If I don't know what he's doing, I wouldn't care.
Nope. He just said he had to drop off the copy.
I appreciate it. This will certainly go a long way to helping understand her condition. And she starts kind of like flipping through it, and
and hire someone to send a sending if something changes.
I will do what I can. What?
Moss.
Your name? Okay, Moss. All right. Is there a surname or?
Just what people call me.
Oh, well then, I will do what I can. Right. And she like kind of starts getting really into this this notebook. All right. So then on you go.
Yeah.
Onward.
All right. So you guys you gonna try and go quickly? Are you gonna try and just take an average pace, or be careful? Like, is there any specific plan with that?
Average pace, I'd say. I don't see any reason to rush.
Not like there's any
Personally,
particular urgency.
Yeah, if it's only 2 days, I'd say average pace because we've got plenty of rations. We're not like we need to get there because we don't have much.
Yeah, average pace TikTok is literally laying on Skull's back with his feet like on Skull's neck, just flipping through the runes he wrote down
Skull,
for most of the journey.
Yeah, Skull has no real trouble keeping up with the cart.
And he's autonomous. I don't have to lead him anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so a couple days go by, mostly uneventfully. You'll pass a couple of merchants here and there, a merchant caravan or two, and you will eventually. The first thing that you see as you approach Tirtinu, 3 days away, is there is a large tower that is kind of the first thing that reaches up from the horizon. Rounded top with something kind of sticking off the side, and as you approach, you begin to see the skyline taking shape, and there are a lot of large buildings, several stories tall. As you approach this, and the closer you get, the more merchants you will run across. You go inside. It's a fairly bustling city for anyone who hasn't been in a large city. This is a lot. I feel like Feline will. It's a little bit claustrophobic maybe, because there's a lot of people in here. You will arrive around noon or so on the third day. What's the plan? What are you guys up to?
What like country in Europe would you say this looks like?
Country in Europe, because I'm so good at those.
I'm trying to find a medieval town, but they're very different if it's Germany or England.
Actually, give me a second.
I found one with a tower that looks medieval, but it's very German.
All right, so sorry.
Catch me up.
Hey, you can take a picture of that tower and then just edit out the flag of Colorado.
I'm actually kind of picturing sort of I forget which one's the old one, Istanbul, Constantinople. I forget which one it is because they're the same city, but like the medieval one.
Constantinople is older, or
Okay.
named. The name is older.
Yeah. Okay. So it kind of has a bit of a Constantinople feel.
Okay.
Lots of curved roofs.
Okay, I got it.
So as we do like start getting near to the city and we start getting towards like crowds and people and all that, TikTok will very sort of clearly shift from his normal aloof, curious kind of self to a much more reserved and guarded tone. Like obviously sticking much closer to the cart, almost like next to the actual cart with Skull, looking almost like defensive, like ready to attack.
No, Cove gets very much so in the same kind of demeanor, especially she sort of gets really close to the pelt that she was working on.
Moss will pull up his hood. Is there an active policing force and a wall?
There are a wall. Yeah, there's a small wall. It's not particularly defensible, but it's got its merit.
What's wrong? It's just seeing like everyone like.
We are not typically liked, I can guess. This time not.
Yeah, no, Cove will put up her hood as well.
TikTok literally like knocks this idea around in his head. He's just like, ah. But I'm sure Tail would communicate that he gets really worried about Skull in busy environments and how much people can be interested in him. Or to have parts of him.
What's Tail doing? I am curious.
Googling medieval cities in the
Wi-Fi
in the back of the
No,
cabin.
but give me 1 second.
I meant Tail, not Spira.
Yeah. So I'm going to be wide-eyed and enjoying, being in a new place. I love this. And even, like, TikTok does like it, but it sets him a little on edge. When I notice him being especially antsy related to Skull, I'm actually just gonna, like Big Sister, walk a little closer to where TikTok is riding Skull and, like, kind of just place a hand on Skull's, like, quote-unquote shoulder blade.
Elric specifically asked why everyone looks so guarded.
Oh. I'm not. I'm okay.
I'm saying TikTok would have relied on you to communicate why. She's too busy Googling.
Sorry, no. Yeah, repeat. People in the city look guarded?
No.
Why TikTok looks so guarded, he would have relied on Tail to explain.
He was just going,
Very sorry.
what's going on, essentially. He didn't specifically call out TikTok.
And you would know that TikTok gets worried about new cities and Skull because people are curious and thievy. And Skull has a lot of parts.
I will summarize those details to the rest of the group, and but like in the way I explain them is, you all understand by this point how important Skull is to TikTok. He's it's a unique item, being. It's just TikTok. Calm down. So he gets a little uncomfortable, and again, like this is when I have like my hand on Skull, like to make him feel better. I'm like, and then I'd look at him. I'm like, it's gonna be okay. We've got a whole group here. It's not just you and me anymore.
Aline is walking with a weird juxtaposition of like completely unafraid swagger and like childlike wonder, like staring up at these giant tall buildings. She's never seen anything like this before in her life. She is looking up at it like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing.
Cove is going to take a step towards her and sort of murmur in Elvish, try not to look like such a tourist.
I guess Moss is driving the cart.
What is tourism? I don't
She
know.
says it in Elvish.
There is no concept of the word tourist to Aline.
Okay, no, that's
There
fair.
is no such thing as going
so-
somewhere to just look at it.
That's fair. Like she will explain. A visitor with pockets full of coin.
I want to applaud you for that.
Well, I didn't realize that. I just seem to fit in wherever I go. And we'll leave it as that. Also, do we have a Dragonborn with us? Not Dragonborn. Dragon?
Yes, yeah, you have the Dragonborn and the Tiefling with you as well.
I'm just making sure.
Tiefling? We left... Oh, the boat Tiefling.
Yeah.
No, we took both of them. They merged them out.
Into one.
Now what? Now. What's really problematic is one is a devil tiefling, the other is a demon tiefling. It's whew, that causes streams to cross. That's dangerous.
All I know is I'm just so glad that we have the Dragonborn with me because I need my nighttime, sleepy time book of an old man complaining to me until I can fall asleep. That's like nightlights have nothing on this. All right. Anyway, sorry.
Right. So the streets are bustling. There are a wide variety of races and creatures. Most of them are dark skinned and white haired. That's kind of the common theme down here on Duskside.
Do we get by the guards just fine?
Yeah. They kind of glance at you and look a little bit odd, but they don't stop you. The city doesn't seem to be on any kind of alert or anything.
All right. Well, then I guess we continue.
Yeah. They watch.
Moss will kind of
Mostly
like
disinterested.
lean towards Tail. Perhaps you should ask about an inn.
There's probably plenty of them.
I don't think, in a big place like this, I don't think we're gonna have so much a problem of finding an inn as, how much we want to pay and the
Where do
importance
we want
to us.
leave our cart?
Yeah.
The neighborhood. Reputation is more important, I think.
I mean, we've got some good money right now. I don't think we have to worry too much, but, what do all of you want out of this city? I mean, I'm a bard. My point is to travel and learn about the world. What are you all looking for?
In a dry as older man's husky voice, merchants in, please. Or not in, guilds, please. He's asking if there's a merchant's guild.
Perhaps a place of study, a library.
What you study?
My condition.
Oh.
TikTok will lean closer.
Cove is going to rifle through her series of notebooks and then pull out one, rip out one of the pieces of paper that's inside, and hand it to Thaleen. And it's if you look at it, it is a series of easy translations for signs, regular words, places, and the translations are both in Elvish and then just also pictures, but the pictures are really shitty. Like, they're not good.
Can I understand it though?
I mean, it's common Elvish if you can read Elvish, and then next to the Elvish are pictures, which, that is up to you to interpret it.
That's fine. No, it's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then on it, there are a couple that she thought might be more vague. So, she will have a rough definition of things like a palace and royalty and what schools or colleges are. And police. She doesn't know shit about Eladrin.
So, I guess maybe this is where we decide if we are sticking together or not.
At least until we get on the other side of the coin.
Is that where we're at?
I don't.
I can't lie, I'm in no rush to get to the other side.
I'm an adventurer, I go wherever I please.
I want to go home. So, wherever that is.
Are you in a rush to get there?
I mean, no, but I have family, and I would like to get back to them.
That's fair.
All right.
I'm sure they are worried.
Well, I don't mind taking a detour on the way to the other side, if nobody else minds.
I am alright with it.
I don't know how to get there.
Well, yeah, that's why it's a detour. It'll be a bit of a journey to even understand how to get you back.
Oh, was joke. Understand.
Wasn't a joke?
But not actual go around, metaphor.
Never mind, it was a joke. Figure
okay,
of
yes,
speech.
not so. Understand.
TikTok will look highly amused, just listening to these things in a way that you can tell he's practically recording it.
Yeah, fair enough. Cove will sort of look over.
He'll fluff up a little.
And she'll look, she won't be angry looking over, she'll kind of look over and sort of start to understand what's happening and then just sigh.
You see his eyes go over your conversation like he's reading a book,
yeah,
okay.
And she'll be like, fuck. And then just turn back.
TikTok, do you get that?
Does Elric say this?
Yes!
TikTok nods up and down and just repeats Cove's sigh.
Wonderful.
But he'll look pleased and look at Cove hoping in a hopeful kind of way.
She'll kind of look miffed, but she'll do one of these, but she's smiling. It's totally good.
He'll definitely look pleased that you're actually smiling and not mad at him.
Look, Kofi left him a present.
I'm sure you'll be happy, Elric, that it was free of charge on my end.
He'll repeat the sigh back instantly at that. A little louder and rougher.
So what we do in city then? What is there to do?
There's plenty to do. We can make lots of money here.
and do some stupid things.
I'm good at stupid things.
When I'm done with my errands, I will invite you to them.
Well-
Sounds perfect.
After a couple days, once we pay, what's what's your name, Mel? Sorry, Thaleen. Once we pay Thaleen's bail, what else should we do in the city?
I don't know that we'll have enough to cover her bail.
Unfortunate.
What is bail?
Money that you pay so you don't go to jail.
Do they not have jail?
The place where they put you when you're
No, but
punished
the
for a
concept of
crime.
paying money to not be in prison is like completely foreign to her.
Well then, I guess we make some funds and move on to the next city. Is this a coastal city?
Yeah.
Yes, this is.
Or we make passage.
There's an ocean? Like there's the ocean here?
Yeah.
This is a coastal city.
Can I roll anything with like my knowing, my being like a bit of a traveler and understanding like good sights and stuff, like try and like find a good place for us?
Yeah. Give me a charisma investigation. So, asking around and...
You got it, dude.
You would probably know that TikTok does not like being in like the heart of the city.
Yeah, no, I'm
where should-
looking for a good place, but not like it's gonna be crowded and busy and loud. 13.
Alright.
I'm specifically looking for a place that it looks like, clean, good food, nice beds, but not overcrowded.
Alright. You kind of, you ask around and, is there anything else you're looking for? Like any other stipulations?
Either stable, or if I can, like, vaguely ask about, like, pet friendly.
She would know that no, he won't put him in the stable.
Yeah. Okay,
He
so,
will
like,
sleep outside in the streets with Skull before putting him in the stable.
like, I'm gonna ask the first few questions, and then when someone, like, gives me an option, I'll be like, is it, like, kind of pet friendly, like a guard dog's okay in your room?
You would
It's
know that
like a baby Jesus. He stays out in the manger with him.
you would.
It's Burby Jesus.
I would assume Tail would know that TikTok's pretty good at getting Skull into the inn once we pick an inn. That's not a worry.
Plus with me. Only other thing I would ask, and not very directly, but like, I might hint if the right person is talking to me, if the innkeeper has good information on the city. Like a, Concierge? Concierge. Like someone who's a good concierge that can tell us more about the city, because we're new.
Le bouffe.
Yeah.
That's just beef.
Wait, what?
No, I was trying to come up with just French words that I know, like beef.
Like, I'm gonna, like, end the questions with anyone who I talk to, like, about, like, concierge. Like, is there someone who, like, can tell us a bit about the city? Won't just be like, here's your room and a key, goodbye.
Alright.
Je n'aime pas.
Je ne sais quoi. Croissant.
I'm sorry, did you just say jizz in a paw? That's solid what it sounds like you just said.
He said
That's all I heard.
Yeah, Art said it backwards. That's exactly what he said.
Oh, this is a family-friendly show, guys. Family-friendly show.
No, it isn't.
In the end, it's not.
Never had.
The first episode we did on this channel, I marked mature.
It was a good call.
Yeah.
My decision.
When they find an established location, Cove is gonna start to do errands and shit in
All right,
town. If
So,
possible.
so you managed to get kind of directed towards an inn called the Bear and Cat. It's a little bit off. It's kind of in the residential area. You will know that making too much noise in this area is likely to get you kicked out, or have guards called. So the idea is to be a little bit quieter over here.
Well, in Thalim's case, make as much noise as possible.
Well, I think now that we found our place, let's take one more break for the game. And in case anybody needs to run off for a second, I certainly do. So, as always, anybody who's watching the game, if you want to ask us any questions or just chat with us for a little bit, since we're going to be away from the game, feel free to, post whatever you're thinking, comments, questions, whatever you want. And we'll be back in about a few minutes.
Woo! Woo! Comments, questions, concerns?
Subscribe.
Just
smash that like button.
Bell.
No, smash the like button. You ring the bell then.
No, smash it real hard.
So
ring
what do we
it
do
so
to
loud.
share boxes?
Well, you will be posting this to YouTube eventually.
I mean, technically, yes.
So smash the like button, ring the bell.
Ring the smash bell.
Button.
Subslurb to the channel.
Thumbs upsy downy.
Oh yeah, comment too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tell your parents. Tell your parents about us.
Yeah.
Just so they know what to avoid.
Weird aunts are our favorite demographic.
They should have asked for parents' permission before viewing.
Yeah, oh, that's fair. I remember those ads.
I'll solidly say, if this video can get 4 thumbs up, we'll hand out 50 GTX 1080s.
No, I do not agree to this.
Oh no, it's just a piece of paper that says GTX 1080.
All right, so if I like the
direct
video
message.
8 times, can I get at least 3 of those?
It's just a direct message.
I'll email them to you.
That's how computers work.
Just 3 emails. They just say GTX 1080, GTX 1080.
That was not worth the.
You have to pay shipping and handling though. So
you do.
When can we get nanites so I can literally order computer upgrades online and have them delivered instantly?
I mean, just need a 3D printer, like a fancy 3D printer, but
a really fancy 3D printer.
like a quantum fancy 3D printer.
That can also shoot laser beams.
Or however the fuck they make silicon discs.
Laser beams. I'm pretty sure it's laser
California.
beams. It's future.
California. Just print to California and it'll eventually make computer parts for you. It's the perfect.
Hey, you have a question.
Kozark, do you find it hard to play nonverbal so far or enjoying it? So I super enjoyed it the first time, but it was much simpler context at first. As things are getting more socially nuanced, it's increasing the difficulty, but I still really enjoy it. I think it's I don't know if you've watched any of our other games, so I have another game where I play basically a vampire with verbal diarrhea and syphilis. So he just won't shut the hell up. So this is a really interesting other side of the coin, but I try to make up for it with describing physical actions that most of us are familiar with. So I think it's a fun challenge, and he can talk, he just can't use his own words. So a lot of times it's one of those things can I chop together words that work, or which he's not likely to do. He doesn't like doing that, saying one word every a different voice every time, but trying to say a word and hopefully someone catches on.
All right, so what you need to do is you need to build a soundboard.
That is essentially what he's doing in his head all the time. He takes bits of conversation that are more useful and tries to remember, pieces here and there and soundboards it together. I'm quite sure he's definitely had some people tell him the alphabet. So if in dire cases, he can spell out what he needs.
Tail would have done that for him, certainly, if he didn't have someone else do it for him. She would have sat down and been A, B, C.
Yeah. So he's
So every
definitely
time-
done that.
Every time he says the last couple of letters in the alphabet, it's always exasperated because Tails had to get all the way back there.
Like he shook his head like I didn't like no he shook his head like I didn't like the way you said that one. I want to hear it in a different tone. By that again, she's not having it. She's like Z.
Yeah, anytime we like the questions. That's one of the best parts of making these characters. I know all of us here enjoy it. Is flawed is fun. That's kind of like our motto around here. Is flawed is the most fun.
Yeah,
no one cares how perfect you are. They care about your flaws because
we genuinely like playing characters that have something to overcome or might scratch someone the wrong way because it makes things more dynamic instead of just everybody having a good time all the time.
Yeah, as much as I like just minis, combat, murder, hobo, D&D, like I'm a huge fan of it, but like that's not what most of these people here care about. So this is supposed to be the experience, the role playing, which I also like a whole lot.
if we didn't have role playing, how would we get our salt memes out? Like
Exactly.
I just don't understand.
Just find out a way to min max having a bunch of salt. Easy. All right. So you find an inn called the Bear and Cat.
Is it called the Bear and Cat, or is it just like a cat with a
Yeah, it's well.
Or is it like the Bear and Cat?
You will dump
You did this.
a lot of her shit there, and then solidly start to wander away towards the docks because she wants to go look at the ocean.
All right, so the icon at the top is a bear silhouette with a cutout silhouette of a cat in front of it, and that's because most inns, they do not have the name of the inn in front of them; they just have an image that represents the inn.
I just wanted that.
Kova's going to dump most of her things there, and then she is going to go to a florist if possible.
Right. So hold up. Hi, how can I help you all? Because I need my role playing too. Yeah.
Oh, you right. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
How
baby.
can I help you all?
I'd like one of your cheapest rooms, please.
Cheapest rooms? That'll be about $1 a night. You guys got picky with location.
I didn't get picky.
You collectively.
We didn't
She
object.
just blindly followed. Yeah, no, she just blindly followed.
Cove could
Taylor.
totally be like, no, I'm finding a different place. I just tried to find a
No,
good
like she
mid-ground.
doesn't. She's not mad at Tail for finding it. It looks like a nice place. She just wasn't expecting that.
Look,
place
when you
to
go
be-
into a big city, you've got like mid-range, way too expensive, and you don't want to live there.
Felline, do you want to split a room?
Oh, yes. Nah.
Alright, so that's one for the lot of you?
For
No,
me and
just us
her.
two.
Okay. So
Is
how
the door
many,
within?
how many nights you planning on staying? And what was that?
I was say, is the door within like eye shot of the?
Yeah, they usually are.
Yeah, I figured. TikTok will be standing there. No skull in sight yet, though.
Alright.
Standing at the door, watching Tail and everyone do their thing.
So just the one room then?
God, I always forget. So it's the T. What's the Dragonborn's name? T.
Haran.
Oh, it's
It does
H.
not start with the T.
Oh, everything starts.
It has
with
always
T.
been the name
actually-
of that city
I
from
apologize.
that game
I apologize.
that I forgot.
As you entered
Don't
town,
apologize.
we can go back. As you entered town, Haran had specific plans and did not intend to stay with you guys.
Oh, my nightlight. Damn it.
Now that you're in a town.
Alright, never mind. I was gonna be like, Haran. Boogie? Yeah.
Hi, Cat.
Now.
Can I help you?
A room for us, and Moss will point between So, the bone tiefling and Moss.
Okay, so also, actually, no, the bone tiefling will stay with you a little bit, but he has already expressed an interest in going and getting a job near the docks, so he can afford a ticket home.
And Moss kind of like looks at his fairly empty gold pouch and kind of like pales slightly. A week for now.
Right, so one for you, one for you.
Elric, how
Yes.
about we make it through to a room and split it a third each? Said the stingiest character in the game.
I mean, we got 2 beds, so like per room.
Deal.
Okay.
I'll take the floor. I don't particularly care.
I'll shrug along. I'm easy. Don't even.
Yeah, the
He absolutely does laugh out loud. That was
the innkeeper will also. Like, he won't say anything, but he'll.
I'm gonna turn to TikTok and kind of jokingly, like he'll get it and be like, and then point at Skull.
Well, Skull's outside. He's not in the building.
Oh, okay. Well, but like I'll have like TikTok like call him to like put his head in, like sick him.
Oh yes, I've also decided, if you're okay with it, Zibs, TikTok and Skull would have a very well, I made him, but if you ever heard sheep herders command their dogs, it's like
Yeah.
weird little mouth noises. TikTok does that with Skull.
Oh,
neat. Okay.
I like it.
So he'll just make a couple of noises, and Skull will just like pop his head in the door next to me.
The hell's is that?
He's Skull.
It doesn't exactly answer my question.
My guard against sarcastic assholes.
You trying to room that up here? We got stables.
Just imagine this bird just like, yes, no.
I will put an extra
Single eye.
gold on the counter in front of him and be like, I can assure the thing's safe. It is clockwork, simple, it's a carrier for him. I can see you, TikTok. You know this is our deal.
TikTok still looks very disappointed.
I convince everybody that it's fine for you.
And I have to say, I guess I'm fine. It's gonna have to be another golden night for that, because I got patrons that's gonna make uncomfortable.
I sigh, pull out another one, give him a
No, TikTok wouldn't. TikTok will just like click a few times, and Skull slinks away. He'll hop in. He'll just like, walk into up towards the counter with everyone. And he'll, in like several, like many different voices over and over, say, "Oh my God, what is that?" Or "What is this thing?" Oh, I'm, basically proving how much interest Skull generates.
He'll just look at you oddly.
He's trying to persuade him this is good for business. People will notice.
So then I put out a Vanna White kind of hand and be like, patrons are always actually pretty excited to see this thing. You don't see artificer objects very often.
So
I'll roll persuasion if you want.
I'm gonna have to say, so because you are doing it together, that's an advantage, but because other reasons, you're gonna have disadvantage, so it's a straight roll, persuasion, charisma, or charisma, persuasion, rather.
For who?
To convince this guy that it's cool to bring him in.
For who?
I mean, I'll say, I still need to get used to names. Tail.
Okay.
In the meantime, I assume Thaleen and Elric and Cove can pay and be fine?
Yeah. So it's a gold per night per room.
How much does this guy love me right now?
Why did you?
Wait.
Oh, the older roll is a different thing.
Huh?
Oh boy.
So you rolled a 10 plus 3. That's a different thing, right?
Yeah, that's her last
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Cool. So that's as you say that, as you kind of he watches TikTok list off all these voices, and you start to see like dollar signs in his eyes. But the moment you say artificer, he pales a little bit. But it seems that the dollar signs in his eyes are too much. Or all right, that's fine. Should be normal price for everybody.
He'll click a few times, and Skull will come like prancing in proudly and just stand next to us up at the barkeep, kind of flaunting his mechanicalness to the room.
I have a huge toothy grin and I just say, thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime.
Skull will actually do his best version, if you've ever seen dressage. Bow.
Yeah. That's pretty clever.
TikTok looks pleased.
Okay, so yeah, that's 7 gold per night per room. How many rooms are we talking? 2?
You
7
said
gold per
1
night
gold.
per
I'm
room?
sorry. I'm sorry. Moss said a week, and that turned into 7 gold in my mind.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's
I
okay.
apologize for that. That is 100% my deal.
I just didn't know we were necessarily staying here for a week.
Right,
I was
a
like,
week? Yeah, no, at Moss's saying a week, Cole will be like, are we?
I
You
would
can always-
I would have said to the innkeeper, definitely tonight. I think we need to figure out what we're doing, and we'll let you know after that.
3 days.
Yeah.
Then
3
3
days.
days works, yeah.
and
Then
Moss will.
that way Cove and Thaleen and Elric can all just give him a gold.
All right. Okay. So and he will kind of rummage behind the counters, pull out 3 rooms, 2 rooms.
I think Tail and TikTok are staying together.
So then
Yeah.
3?
All right, cool. So he will pull out 3 room keys and kind of direct you. First door on the left. Yours is the second. You're 3 rooms down. Cool.
Is there any sort of stage where a band would normally play or entertainment would happen in the main room?
Give me a
Even
moment.
like a corner. Some old bars have just a corner saved for that.
Oh yeah. There's a small raised platform.
He'll sorry, dog's going crazy. He'll direct Skull over to go stand over there, look around the room, keep an eye on it as we go up to our room.
Yeah.
Maybe
You will
Skull is
see
an attraction.
several other patrons kind of looking at it and kind of talking in hushed voices.
Skull is generally quite friendly. He has TikTok's curiosity. He built him that way. He's just as curious and friendly. Maybe not socially adept, but he's got a good wisdom score.
Yeah, Cove's gonna go and head out and see if she can find a florist, if possible.
Yeah. So you wander around and you
Eric will follow Cove. Openly. That's...
Thaleen will wander off by herself unless someone comes with her.
Nope,
so-
have fun.
All right, she's going by herself. Have fun. All right.
Oh god.
We'll
Moss would
see you
see
in
this.
prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already paid for the room. It's fine. We have 2 beds now.
She's fine.
All right. So we have
This is fine. It's
we
fine.
have Cove and Elric going in one direction. We have Feline and Moss, or just Feline?
Just
Just Feline wandering off by herself.
Moss would ask the barkeep, is there any place I can set up a stall or something without permit?
Yeah, there's a market district about 4 blocks that way, and he'll give you directions to the market district of the town that has lax vendor rules. Like,
He'll bob his head and kind of make his way over there.
all right.
As TikTok's still around hearing this, he'll kind of like pull on you a little bit. I don't know. You're wearing like clothes, right? I mean, I know you're wearing clothes, but like, sorry. He'll pull on not your pants, whatever else you're wearing, or Moss. I don't care.
I'm wearing
he'll
pants.
pull out his guild merchant's papers showing that he's a part of the merchant's guild, and like kind of like push him towards you, like I can help you with this.
Moss nods vigorously. Please. I won't have to get beat up. And he'll kind of start walking out the door.
I'll follow. I'll wave the tail, like bye.
Yeah.
Well, or if she wants to come with us, I don't care.
I want to troll around for some city gossip.
All right. Okay, so I guess we'll start with Moss and Elric, or not Moss and Elric, Cove and Elric. So you begin navigating through town. You kind of ask around a little bit. You actually head in kind of the same direction as Moss and TikTok.
Hi, we're totally leaving in the same direction. This isn't awkward.
It's the most awkward. She'll make light conversation with Moss and TikTok and like also Elric, because she doesn't think that he is following her if they're all going in the same direction. Did you say you were going to a stall, Moss?
I tend to make money in cities like these by setting up general healing and herb sales.
TikTok makes the sound of tiny hammers hitting metal.
Yeah, no, she'll turn to look at it. Artificing, yes?
Jewelry? Do you want some jewelry?
How long did it take you to get into the... and she will try very poorly to imitate the sound of a shrill old bat saying jewelry.
In a much jewelry? Rougher kind of voice, like, I just picked it up over the weekend.
She'll laugh and kind of drop the subject.
So is it like a whole group following Cove right now?
Well, no, I think because like Moss is going in his own direction.
And
It just happens to be the same one.
Gotcha.
In about like 4 blocks, we will be heading to the market, and you guys will be doing other things.
Yeah. This is for Graham, I'm sorry. I just read the chat.
Nice.
I'm not even looking at the moment.
At realizing that Elric is following. What are you doing?
I thought she'd like some company. Because apparently we're sleeping together.
Thank you, Elric.
You're welcome.
Sure.
I
And
have
then she
jokes every
will-
once in a while.
And then she will smile and stand uncomfortably close to him up until the moment they get to the florist, where she will open the door for him.
Would we still be next to them by the time they get to the florist?
Now
Okay.
you'll have separated and gone different direction.
He's fine with this.
So So the florist is a place called the Astir's Bulb. It's got this one actually does have it written out. And it has a little
Ooh,
white
rich.
little white flower, or like 3 white flowers in kind of a triangle beneath the name. With yeah. And you walk in, and there is a little bit older halfling woman sitting behind the counter. Oh, hello, dearest. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, thank you. She'll look for anything that has a large pot, like that's a large potted plant, anything that's in a pot of soil.
Oh yeah, you managed to find several different ones. There's one that's got that's got like very very red, like a vibrant red with a black center, kind of rose shaped, but not exactly, like a buttercup-ish, but with like deep red roots. There's one that's not so much a flower. It's a small tree, has like these leathery brown leaves. Like what specifically are you looking for?
She'll take the tree.
Alright. Ah, yes, a dripping tree, huh? That's... Will that be all? Or?
Yeah, no, this is it. And then she'll pat Elric. My honey has strange taste.
She'll look and like, kind of look and nod a little bit. She won't. So just that one? That'll be 3 gold.
She will reluctantly hand it over.
If that would be all.
Yes, no, that's it. Thank you.
All right. So you walk out with a dark brown bark, large leather leaves. It's large for a tree its size. It's a very long, thin trunk. The branches are only really coming out from the top of this small tree.
So like Ulrich wants to ask, but only gives you that particular look of like, I have no idea what you're doing.
Can I retcon to see if Elric pays?
Nope.
Like just to put him in that position, I think it's hilarious.
Nope. Elric will be like, and like 3 gold, and he was just like, oh, what's this over here? Decidedly gets distracted. Only because he sees you
didn't want
squirm.
to chip in at all, honey?
So,
Oh no, you have the purse, honey.
so what? Out of curiosity, what are you planning on doing with this? It's your money after all. I don't have any stake in it. I'm just curious what the plan is.
Oh well, my darling El wants to send it to his sister.
Interesting.
I think
Not even like looking, just like, eh.
I think you really should pay for it, sweetheart.
You have the purse.
Jill, do you have a coin purse that is in obvious sight? Yeah, no, then she'll pay for it.
If you're going to be shipping it, I would advise bringing this as well. And she'll kind of ruffle around under the counter, and she'll pull out like a burlap sack. And I would advise shipping this with the leaves inside of this. It can be dangerous with too much movement. Well, dangerous is a strong word. Problematic. These bulbs here, if they move too much, they cause a very sticky substance to come out, and it can be troublesome to transport.
How sticky exactly is it? If it moves around in the burlap sack, will it be difficult to get the sack off?
Yes, it will. But this is the nature of shipping a dripping tree.
All right. Well, do you have anything cheaper and less problematic?
What are you looking for? Just what I need to know what I'm.
She'll look at the reddish flowered one.
Give me a moment. Gotta pull it up. Devil's blood flower. It's
What kind of florist is this?
She's looking for an unassuming potted plant. Why are these the most dangerous flowers known to man?
No, this is not dangerous.
Something else to
it's-
go to.
Don't be surprised by the ominous name. I really don't understand why they call it that. It's the petals can be used to make healing potions. That is all.
All right. How much does this one fetch?
That's 2 gold.
She will much more gratefully hand over the 2 goddamn gold.
You have a wonderful day. This one doesn't require any specific shipping arrangements.
Well, thank you. And then she will hand that shit to Elric to carry.
Elric will take it, and you'll be like, look at it, nod slowly. Anything else?
Well, I think you owe me lunch at this point.
I'll let you know once I have the purse strings again.
And the halfling behind the counter is just kind of sitting primly looking at you, waiting to see if anything, if you decide on anything else here.
No, she'll leave.
Alright.
And he'll leave too, and like, so, Buttercup?
Yes, honey pot.
He just starts laughing. What is this?
It's a plant. Devil's blood something.
I'm very aware, but I wasn't expecting you to take up planting in the city.
Oh, I'm not taking up planting.
All right. So, what's this?
Well, I need to take it back to the inn.
Huh? Go on.
And then I take it somewhere else where you do not follow.
Huh. Does it have anything to do with all the money?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Could you hold this for a second?
And he shifts it off to you.
She does not take it.
Gotcha. And he puts it on the ground, and he fishes behind his back, and he pulls out his money purse, and I have to do some shopping. Later, hun, I'll see you later. And he just leaves with the tree on the ground.
I'll continue with that code. So what do you do now?
She's going to take it home quickly to the inn.
All right.
When she gets to her room, she is going to root in through that dirt and stick about 75% of the money that they got into the dirt, and then try and ship it off to the docks.
Ship it off to the docks?
Like, ship it at the docks. Or
Right. All right. So you head down to the docks. You're looking for a shipping company.
Well, the docks, that's where Thaleen was going.
Yeah, docks are a pretty big place.
That's true.
You may or may not run across each
That's
other.
fair.
So you find a small shipping company. It's run by, there's a dwarf behind the counter. How can I help you?
Who, me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I
You-
need
you
to shift this
Small
to...
shipping company behind, or run by a dwarf behind the counter.
Yes. I cannot remember the name of the city. It's...
I don't think we ever named it.
We definitely did.
No, you
but-
did. It started with like a TH.
Yeah, it starts with a T or a TH.
Tirtinu is
No,
the city
it was
you're
like
in.
it was like
Oh. Hope
You
so.
did
Down!
You
Yeah,
did
can
give
you
us
spell
something.
that for
I
me?
think it's the name now.
No, she's totally like it was like Lorraine.
It was like
Oh,
1 or 2 syllables max.
Thaumaturgy.
Definitely not that.
I
And
like
this is
Lordly.
and you're looking for the city that which city?
She's looking for the city that is on the downside of the coin.
Yeah. So if we named it, it didn't end up on the.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to look through D&D names and pick a thing.
Yeah.
Unless
Too
chat
late,
wants to
enable.
help.
Hmm?
Unless chat wants to help.
Yeah.
Chat, help.
That
What
is
shall
one
we
thing we're
name it?
doing here. We are glad to include chat, including place names.
Starts with a T.
TH and goes.
I
Thoroughfare is too much.
No, actually, that's where I work. So please no.
What happened?
The town where my company is situated is called Thoroughfare. It's also known as West Deptford. I don't mean like some people call it that. The weirdest thing about New Jersey is like every town overlaps with another one and or has 2 names, and it's stupid.
I'm
That
just
doesn't
gonna,
sound like the weirdest thing about New Jersey. I've heard
I'm just
weird.
gonna like do a thing right now. I'm gonna publicly ask why you just publicly said the city you work in, the state you work in,
Hi.
on
Also-
the internet.
Just
Oh,
real
but I
quick.
live so far away, it's fine. They can go there, I don't care.
We
Oh.
also know that Matt Mercer from Critical Role, Modi, lives in Los Angeles. So
Hey,
It's not
Spira,
terrible at all.
is it fairly thorough?
Hey!
What even is that joke? Like
it
it
was
doesn't.
terrible.
It was just like words that kind of make a phrase.
Yeah.
It's called thoroughfare.
Sure.
That is an
I'm
art
enjoying it.
joke.
Look, come and find me. I'll be pleased that that's how much you cared about my game.
The
Hi.
problem is the people that care that much are the people you probably don't want to meet.
So
True.
this is Dark Artist. How about just like I don't care.
Talton.
Tal Talton?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you just call it Tauntaun at that point? Like it's
'Cause there's
smells
an
bad
L
on
in
the
it.
outside.
Because there's an L in it.
We can probably decide this a little bit later.
it don't matter. We'll figure it out.
Okay. So
Dark Artist isn't bad.
And where is that? I don't. Just let me. So with your help, he kind of narrows it down. All right. So just give me a second. What are you gonna be shipping?
she will heft up the potted plant.
He'll kind of look at it oddly. All right then. So that's that. Give me a moment. He'll pull out he'll begin writing some figures down on the paperwork. Pulls out a map. Starts doing some measurements. That'll be a gold for the whole shipping.
All right. Thank you. She will hand over said gold.
Would you like a message sent with it or anything like this?
Sure.
And what would you like that to say?
From Cove.
All right. And COVE.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
No. Thank you.
All right. You have a wonderful day, miss. All right. So then we can move on to Elric, I suppose, who's going to go do some shopping.
I was in the wrong channel.
Hey! Well,
we kind of went like,
Hope wasn't gone. I was talking to her. It wasn't a huge concern. Elric, it is you. What are you going to go shopping for?
Ah, yes. Elric was going to go find himself some Wizard supplies.
All right. Give me. Call it. In this case, you can do an intelligence investigation check.
Is he going to end up in the same market as us? I would like to.
Approximately market district.
Sure.
Well, I would like there to be a chance he runs into us. Because I'll totally try to sell him some magic ink.
Rude.
Is it red?
It may be reddish in color. Maybe we call
Maybe.
it magenta, perhaps.
Magenta. 15.
So you're looking for specifically the inks and papers necessary?
Yeah.
All right. Just give me a moment. I have a place for that specifically. So you find a place called the Cursed Quill. As you walk in, there is a kind of hunched over gnome individual, graying hair braided back behind his head with little wisps of hair sticking out of the corners. It's mostly braided well, but it seems like he didn't pay too much attention to keeping it nice and clean. He has bright green eyes with dark skin, and you can kind of see ink stains on his hand. And all over the walls, there's a variety of inks and papers and books and notebooks and journals. Yes, how can I help you? Yeah.
Yes, I was looking for some ink, if you will.
Now you've come to the right place.
I can see that. Especially for wizards.
Cane inks, very, very good. And he'll kind of disappear behind the counter, scuttle out from behind it, go over and he'll point. Yes, so here we have a nice collection of arcane inks. And he'll point out, yes, these ones for use in abjuration spells. You can use some of these for transfigurations. Though this one's a bit touchy. You should be careful of this one. And he'll run you through various inks and what they're for. And
all right. Do I have to how do I know if it's arcane ink? Is that a detect spell?
If you would like to detect magic, you can go ahead.
Is that a normal occurrence to do?
It's relatively normal.
All right.
I like to imagine.
It's not like insult when you're yeah, that's nice, but here's my middle finger and I'm checking this thing.
If you might get a little bit indignant responses, but most people who deal in arcane inks understand that wizards can be touchy, and this is kind of their livelihood, so they won't hold it against you too hard.
All right. Well, may I inspect it a little deeper?
Oh yes, of course.
And he'll inspect. He'll do.
Right, so
he's in his normal town wear, so he doesn't he just does his normal So
are you gonna just inspect it, or are you gonna cast detect magic?
Detect magic.
Okay, cool. So he'll see you start to doing your arcane sigils and stuff, and he'll bumble back over behind the counter, and you'll hear him like humming off key behind the counter. But yeah, you
except I don't do it off key. At least I don't feel like I do it off key. Very different.
So he will the detect magic goes off, and you can see the faintest touch of various magical energies to each of these inks. It's the appropriate kind.
All right. Yes, very good. This is exactly what I was looking for. How much are you willing to let this go for?
Well, depends. How much are you looking for?
Well, actually, I do have how much I want. Sorry. There we go.
So it's like an ounce per spell level.
Per spell.
For simplicity's
and
sake.
I already have And I have the paper for it, essentially.
Oh yeah, that's part of your spell book. That's not too much of a concern.
Making sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking for about 2 ounces.
About 2 ounces. I believe 50 gold.
Deal.
No, wait. I'm sorry.
Oh,
2
no,
ounces.
I know. It's 100. That's why I was like, deal. Deal.
No.
2 ounces,
that was
gold,
my
yes.
Yeah, that was my mistake.
Yeah. I know, okay.
That would be about 100 gold.
Let's see. And you said this ink is particular to oh gosh, what's the is chromatic orb like illusion?
Chromatic orb is an evocation.
Evocation. That's what I was thinking. What about expedious retreat?
Expeditious retreat. I think that's a transmutation.
It's like if I could get one in transmutation or the special ink. Sorry,
So these three, and he'll give you like a little bit of an overly technical description of what each one does. You know, you'll pick the appropriate inks.
Yeah, and he's like, if I take these specialties, then yes, I will take these for 100.
Wonderful. So that'll be 100 gold.
100 gold. Get.
Cool.
I know I have that. I don't know exactly what I have, but I know I have that. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I should have that. So 72 from what we did, and then we split a other gold that we had. So.
All right. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. Make sure to be around people of this place. It's a cursed quill.
I'll make sure I have a someone else who's interested in these inks.
All right.
That's it for me. That was my major thing I wanted to get to.
You as you kind of head back, so you kind of took a roundabout sort of way to get here. You had to navigate here. You find a quicker way back, and you do manage to pass Moss and TikTok on the way.
Boy.
So Moss would have set up a fairly well gardened stall kind of thing. Like he would have grown plants on a little blanket, and would have started kind of hawking general healing and herbs as well as food or fruit.
Well, that took no time at all, did it?
Yeah.
There is a method.
A super open-ended. We don't actually have to figure it out today. Never mind. TikTok's working on some metals, gold trinkets, maybe something in the background with jeweler's tools, and doing whatever.
Moss would also be hawking that for TikTok to make it easier for him.
TikTok is good at selling things. No, he's not.
Oh, Moss is terrible at it.
TikTok has persuasion, at least.
That was quick for you guys to set up the market.
I mean, it wasn't that quick,
but I know he's being.
This is something I'm practiced at.
I see. Any success?
Mr. DM Zabani and his success.
Hey, it's me. Go ahead and give me. I'll call it a charisma check with proficiency because you know your product.
Did it roll?
No, you didn't put the slash.
That's a 13.
All right, so with a 13, yeah, you managed to garner up a little bit of interest. It's not the greatest. It's not the greatest haul you've ever gotten, but with the various herbs and plants and fruits and stuff that you've managed to gather, you managed to get.
Get what?
You managed to get 12 gold out of the deal. Getting rid of a good chunk.
But better than I usually do.
Oh, that's good. It's good. You don't need any help or anything?
The guild papers really help.
They very much do.
Well then, what is TikTok doing over there?
Jewelry, I believe. You should probably ask him.
He said it loud enough to hopefully get TikTok's attention too.
So, I don't under that. Yeah, we didn't actually clarify the actual rules. That's Magical Forge is level 3 or 4.
Magical Forge, I believe, is level 1. Or no, magical.
Because that doubles my downtime crafting at half the.
Yeah, okay.
I'm new to D&D. I'm sorry, everyone.
And this is a homebrew class. I think I will definitely focus on that.
Basically, if I can make a profit making it, I have double proficiency with metalworking.
Yes. So you have double proficiency on that.
Jewelry and metalworking.
Yeah.
Whatever I can make money selling at a market like this,
All right.
he would basically be like, I will make you a thing. And in sort of an artificer fancy way, if that can add flair. Basically like, oh, this isn't a normal blacksmith.
All right. So I will say do the same role as Moss for now. In the future, we're going to have to I will figure out exactly how this works, how I'm going to decide it works, and then I will need you to actually roll to make the items or discuss those with me. But because it's early, just give me the same roll that Moss gave me. So that's a charisma with proficiency, because your craft. Actually, you can call it double proficiency in this case.
So
charisma plus 4 plus a d20.
Okay.
And how was your shopping, Elric?
19.
Oh, beautiful.
Pretty excellent. I picked me up some inks, some things to help me out in the future, if you will. I did get to see Cove by a tree. That was new.
So you managed to convince with a couple of nice shining amulets and a couple of really simple enchantments. You managed to get about 15 gold out of over the course of the night of selling things, but it does eat through a lot of your your current stock of what you have.
So, how has the night been there? TikTok?
In a very sultry... you asked how my night's been?
Yes.
In a very sultry woman of the night's kind of voice. It's very much... Oh, some people here and there. It's business, baby.
Oh no, not from the bird person.
He went in his head, he filed through, he was like, nighttime business. That's what happens when you can't speak language.
Yeah, I'm gonna note for further canon that Tail's not around right now, but she has scolded TikTok before about using those phrases.
Moss looks at TikTok
Well, I didn't know it was that kind of audience.
Bad TikTok.
In the same woman's voice, I promise it's worth the coin, baby. It's so good.
My ears are burning, like across town. I'm like,
Sounds like you need some help.
If wizards can blush, I'm observing him. I'm observing Moss.
Yeah, Moss just like this, like, I don't know how lizards blush.
I feel like what actually happens is the scales kind of like separate just a little. Like they don't separate, but they become a little bit more rigid.
like raised hairs almost. Just kind of like,
if
Yeah.
Moss is blushing.
He's more like, okay.
Well, so Elric will just kind of laugh to himself, and then
What's
using-
wrong, baby? Frog got your tongue?
he'll just make a spell.
TikTok is definitely aware of your embarrassment and just
Well,
pulling.
he's
as much
not
as he
embarrassed.
can from it.
From he's Elric's laughing.
No, he's got a confused boner.
Anyway, Elric is going to make them a sign using an illusion.
Thank you.
And the sign will be like something intricate, just because people don't read necessarily, but it will be some plants growing over a metal arm, like almost like the arm mill looking stuff, but a metal like arm looking thing. And it's just something catchy like in common tongue, like come by quick, something of that equivalent.
TikTok will kind of like beckon you closer.
Mhm.
And then in a smaller child's voice, 1 copper.
One copper?
1 copper.
I don't think I understand.
1 copper.
Yeah, he'll hand over a copper.
He'll pull out the red ink he bought earlier and like look over and like kind of like preen down his arm a little bit and pick out real quick a feather and look like and he'll dip it into the ink and he'll draw a very perfect representation of Skull's gem eyes if you don't pull back on you, like face painting.
On him?
Yeah, if he doesn't pull
Face
back.
painting.
No.
Sure, he'll be entertained by it.
And then in a very like deep dwarven voice, safe.
Oh, safe?
Like you're safe. This is
Oh.
safety. Skull watches.
Well, I appreciate it.
Deep back.
Alright.
Did I just get magicked on? Or was that just drawing?
I mean, that is something he can do, but this was the layman. 1 copper does not get you magic.
Okay, yeah, I was just like, alright.
But it does get you very pretty, well-produced eyes, which I can roll for if you like.
It's up to the GM, but I'm
Go
cool with
ahead,
just
I'm
with the
not-
generic.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
particularly invested in it.
I'll
No, I don't
take
care
the,
either.
I'll take the tens. I'll take the tens.
Alright, so
Cool.
that being said, I want to move over to real quick. We'll move over to Tail because
Yay!
we're getting close to the end, and I want to end on a Feline note because I have plans, and they're gonna be.
Oh
fun.
no!
So
I was
you're.
gonna have her wander down to the docks, like maybe get distracted playing with some kids or something.
I love having plans
I'm
for players.
afraid now.
I love ending a game where you're like, hey player, I have plans for you.
I
Oh,
have plans
no.
for you.
Alright. What up?
All right, so you said you just want to
I'm
you
tr-
want
I'm in a new city on Dusk Side, which, like, I've been to a couple times, but not a lot, and I'm definitely in a brand new city on Dusk Side, so I am trolling for, like, gossip, stories, news, interesting people.
All right. Go ahead and give me a charisma investigation check.
Okay.
See what you find.
No, I don't have investigation, so is that when I get that extra +1?
Yeah, so that's an automatic +1.
15.
Nice. Okay, so you kind of wander around, and most of what you hear is gossip of the local area.
Uh-huh.
You hear that the mayor, who has previously been viewed as being pretty uncorruptible, there is new light that might suggest that he is taking bribes. You hear that the Lord Hierophant of Toradil, which is the Hierophant is like the highest religious position of the god of humans, may be losing his faith.
Huh. And is he like gonna be at like the local temple?
Huh?
Is he gonna be at like the local temple?
There's this is a big enough city that you will find several temples to several gods each.
Okay, but the main Hierophant.
Yeah, the Lord Hierophant would probably be at the big one.
Okay.
You find or you hear that some stories, and this is more like a drunkard in a tavern. That's some of the trees up in the Jade Forest, which is a portion of the forest up north of here, is some of the trees are becoming sentient.
Okay.
And you hear standard rumors like normal gossip of the town, and also warnings of brigands and murderers and crimes in the local area. Yes.
All right. I am highly interested in this tree thing. Not only because it's one, weird. Two, like, whatever is happening with politics in the city, like, is interesting, but it's like kind of that feeling of like, well, every city has its issues. Talking trees are a little more special. And three, I have not only an actual druid I know, but a couple other, like, magic users. So I'm like, that's interesting. So if I'm walking down the street and I hear someone talking about trees that are
this is in a bar.
Yeah, if I stop in a bar and grab a drink and I overhear a couple people talking about at least rumors that some trees in the nearby forest are seemingly becoming sentient, I'm not going to directly sit down. I don't want to be too forward, but I'm going to listen, and if at any point they seem maybe open to someone, I might slink my way over there. I mean, I got my high persuasion, like, bring some beers.
The guy you hear talking about it is this really drunk-looking dude, whereas looks like he's wearing the armor of a mercenary.
Okay. I will go to the bar. I'm gonna get... Is he with, like, just one friend?
He's actually not with any friends. He's just kind of talking to whoever's listening.
Alright. I'm gonna go to the bar.
After the barkeep, because the barkeep is kind of paid to listen.
I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna buy, like, their strongest ale as soon as I get it in hand with the beer I bought, which is more just like a light lager. I'm gonna sidle up on, like, the free side of this guy, set the stronger beer that I bought for him down in front of him, and say, hey, can you tell me more about these sentient trees? That sounds really interesting.
Oh, hell yeah, I can tell you about these trees. So I was on this job, right? And right, on this job, and I was guarding these merchants with some buddies. We got lost, and it was a whole thing. But I was sitting there, and I managed to get separated from the group, and the tree started talking to me, and I know what you're saying, because I've had people say it already. I said, you were drunk. I'm not. I wasn't then. I am now. I'm really, yeah, but wasn't now then. And he started talking to me, like, it was crazy.
So I put like a hand like on his forearm. I'm assuming like kind of sitting on the bar and just be like, "What were they saying?"
It was just the most normal things, like hey, it's just your name, and it's talking. Like it didn't seem very smart. It seemed, they know what the world was going on.
They didn't want anything. They were just having a conversation.
They were just talking.
Where was this?
It's up, and he'll give you a couple of landmarks that you may not know, but you could easily find out with a map or talking to some people who are a little bit less hammered. And it's still kind of vague.
Almost like downtiming. Do I get anything else out of him?
He'll not really. He'll talk about the trees that were talking to him and kind of saying the same thing over and over again, like he's kind of half forgotten who he's told what to.
Okay. I give him a hearty, friendly slap on the back and, push the beer more like in front of him, like, this is for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the information.
Hey, thanks!
I'm gonna head out. I think at that point, I'm gonna double back, like, like I said, is like, political stuff in a city's cool and all, but like, someone else is gonna write that down. Some weirdo that was talking to trees. I'm like, wait, I might be the first one to write that down. So I'm gonna double back to more the area where, or at least the inn, if I don't run into Moss or anybody. Hoping to, as soon as they get back, talk to them about it.
All right. So you make it back to the inn, knowing it'll be around this time that other people will start showing up. Probably it's getting relatively late. However, we're going to go over to the lead. So you kind of disappear off into the bowels of the city. So how do you go about finding the docks?
I think we said we passed them earlier, so I would just...
No, you would not have passed the docks based on the way based on the way the city is laid out.
Walk up to random people and ask them where the ocean was.
Okay, so eventually it takes a couple of tries, a couple of people kind of like look at you offended, but eventually you'll find someone that'll direct you kind of up. It's northeast of here. And you begin walking. Eventually, like, you keep asking. Give me a moment. Okay, so you find a guy who's very helpful. Are you looking for the docks? I can show you where the docks are. He's this kind of rough and tumble looking guy. Has you can't really see what they are, but he has a couple tattoos on his neck. You're looking for the docks?
Yes.
Well, I can be a tour guide. You need yes. Colin, I could. I got to work. I got to make a living.
No, that is fine. I just need to walk to docks.
No, well, I'd help you, but I'm not looking for much. I'm just. A couple of silver would be nice.
Well, thank you. I can walk myself.
All right. So you kind of managed to get towards the docks. Yeah, no. I mean, it's a pretty big area of the city. Like, it's a coast. So you managed to find the docks, and it's bustling and it's busy and it smells bad, but it's the biggest body of water you've ever seen.
She definitely just kind of stands and looks at it for like a hot minute. And just kind of starts strolling along, looking at all the boats and trying not to be super obvious about it, but like she sticks out.
Yeah.
So
So how long are you planning on staying there?
Honestly, she's kind of just sightseeing, so it would probably be, I mean, she'd be fine, like, just wandering around for a good, like, 20, 30 minutes by herself, I suppose. Yeah.
However...
Just trying to read signs, like, looking between the cheeks. Okay.
Yeah, so, as you kind of wander around and go looking, you know, you see there's bigger crowds, and you don't really know cities. You don't know how to city. So you cut through an alley at some point because you don't specifically know that those are less safe places to be. And the gentleman that asked you for coin earlier is standing at the end of the alley. You like, regardless if you look behind you, there's a couple more people behind you. So I ask about that money now.
But no, I made it myself. But thank
you. But you know, like I said, I gotta make a living.
But you did not show me.
It doesn't matter. I need the gold anyway. So can I hand it over? Ain't that gonna be a problem?
No.
They will pull weapons.
Okay. Do you hold on? She like stands for a second, like trying to think. You are. Oh, you are take. Oh, I see.
All right, good. Now we understand each other. So just hand it over.
No. Also, fuck you.
All right, so I think that is a good place to end the night. Right as you're about to get in a fight by your lonesome.
Great,
Perfect.
That should be fine.
Hopefully, I won't fucking murder anyone because Thali will. We'll see what happens.
All right.
You challenged her, like that's.
I'm far more worried that like the team is going to like turn a corner and there's like penniless fucking Thaleen splayed out on an alley floor.
Probably.
Well, we will see.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, if Zabani's good for repping the game as our DM, I will finish up with our usual outro by saying thank you to everybody who comes out and watches our games live on Twitch, and thank you to everybody who catches our games a little later on YouTube. We appreciate you guys checking out our games, hanging out with us. We love when you join us on chat on Twitch and all your comments on YouTube. It's so awesome to hear from you guys. If you want to hang out with us, we have a Discord, which the link is below, both on Twitch and YouTube. We also have a Twitter, link is down below. I generally do updates about scheduling and new games, all kinds of things like that. So if you want to follow us there, we'll have all that updated. Shut up, Kosar. I forgot to put the bot on again. But links are down below. Check them out. I'm gonna say for the month of June, basically myself as well as most of our players have pretty wonky schedules going on, so games will be happening, but we will keep you up to date over Twitter and Discord about any dates that, you know, we're gonna miss a game because too many people are out. But otherwise, next week I think we should have our Monday VTM game, our Tuesday VTM game, and D&D as long as Bonnie can run it without me, because I will be away from work.
Yeah, I should be able to handle that.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, next week should be a full roster of games. Week after that might be a little later, but yeah, if you join our Discord and Twitter, you can find out dates and updates and schedule, all that fun stuff. And of course, on the Discord, you know, we love talking with you. We chat about tabletop as well as everything else under the sun. So we would love to chat with you and hang out with you. That all said, I think that's everything. I want to give one final thank you to Elvish Dame for doing such awesome portraits for all of our PCs. She's so awesome. I have some information on Discord and elsewhere about her doing characters for people, so you can check that out too. I think that's everything. So we'll see you all soon. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.